Hey, how you doing? This is Hito here to bring you the news. So we're going to do a little bit of video reactions today on live stream number 60. It is currently 6:43 a.m. 2/2/2024. Right. So happy Friday to everybody directly out there that may see this a little bit later, or some of those who are just entering the room. So I just want to start off and give another shout out to Little Miss Flint. Much love, respect, and appreciation. She came through on the second channel, and she left a comment that you see. She said, "Thank you. I've been dealing with people bullying me on the internet since I was 8 years old, but I'm not focusing on the negative people. My focus is on the kids in Flint and all across the United States that need help." And again, um, this just shows the maturity level of a lot of kids directly out here, where they're like, you know what, no matter what adults and other people out here in the world are doing, and specifically what form or way that they decide that they want to attack me because of what it is that I'm doing, I'm still going to stay on task, and I'm going to make it to where I need to make it to. And I just want to apologize to her and to any other kids out there that have been bullied by grown adults online. This is something that should never take place. This is something that should never happen at all. A lot of adults are kids, just in grown or older bodies. And this is the main thing that I've said before. You have to, really be a certain type of individual to go on social media and to bully somebody that is 8 years old, 9, 10, 11, 12, on upwards, a grown adult doing this. And again, I want to reiterate that this young girl here has been doing this thing, trying to get clean water just to human beings, right? Something that everybody should be able to have. She's been doing this since she was in her single digits. Again, she's doing a lot more than a lot of other adults out here. And she has to literally fight against the world. Like I said, it's a very incredible thing to see, and very inspiring as well, right? The stories that we always hear where people say it's like, yeah, it's me against the world. You're literally watching that in 4K, right? You're literally seeing the exact same person state that, yeah, I've been dealing with this since I was 8 years old. Like that's both incredible and crazy at the same time. It's incredible because, again, as a child, she has the wherewithal to, keep going, to help out other people. And again, it's crazy because you got grown adults out here, verbally attacking a child online, and other adults are just sitting back and they're just watching that happen. So again, much love, respect, and appreciation to Little Miss Flint and her family for everything that you have done, past, present, and what you would do in the future. So we're going to go to our very first, video, and I just have, a few questions when dealing with some of these things. So I'm just going to set you up here, right? So you're going to have a couple here that likes to walk barefoot, right? And they're going to state that, hey, we have about 14 to 20K worth of shoes, but we want to walk barefoot, on concrete, and wherever human beings are. And it's a little bit, let's just get to it.
Our shoes. We decided to start walking barefoot, and one of our followers had a great idea. Since some businesses are completely barefoot, we cut off the bottom of our shoes that allow us to be barefoot but blend in with everyone else. This is a huge commitment, but we were willing to make it. These are our favorite shoes. Our shoe collection is more than $20,000. But this is a sacrifice we're willing to take because walking barefoot means the world to us. The benefits of walking barefoot are priceless, so now our shoes are worth more than money could ever be. So today we got to work and started removing the bottoms. We weren't sure if this was going to be easy or hard, and it ended up being pretty easy. We made little shelves where our
Wow.
toes are and our heels are. We made a little lip on the bottom of the shoe where our toenails will go so they can can latch on, so we'll actually be able to hold onto the shoe while trying to walk without the bottom. And we did the same thing for our heels. The experience of cutting off the bottoms of our shoes was very freeing and detoxifying, just like walking barefoot is. So after we cut the bottoms off, we decided to try it out. So we went to our favorite store, Sephora, and as you know, they don't really like us in here without shoes. I needed to grab a few things for a trip we're going on. The experience was absolutely perfect. The workers came up to us, they talked to us, they even complimented our shoes. I definitely recommend this if you're trying to go incognito barefoot. It's the perfect way to get all the benefits of going barefoot, but also have no one know. The money could
Let
ever
me
be
see if I can go back real quick. I
thing for our
just, I
heels.
just need to see the ground. That ground is very dirty. I'm not sure if anybody else can spot the chewed gum and the spots of whatever that may be, directly down there. And it looks like it might be a little bit, moist. It's a word that a lot of people hate, but the ground looks a little bit moist. And this is why you can't have everybody over at your house, because you don't know where people have been. You got people out here deciding that, hey, let me spend 20 grand over time directly on shoes just so I can ruin those shoes and cut out the bottoms so I can walk barefoot. Why not just walk barefoot? Oh, that's right. You can't, because a lot of places don't want you to walk barefoot because it's like, hey, that's technically quite unsanitary. So instead of you just following what it is that they tell you to do, you want to find a way to go against the rules, but to mask and hide what really it is that you're doing. Uh, that's and then on top of that, let me just go back to some of these shoes. Like I said, I just want to state that some of these shoes, you said that y'all got like 20K, like when it deals with like these shoes. Yo, I don't know what those shoes on the front, all of those shoes look beat up. You're not going to tell me that the value of those shoes are 20. How where's the 20K? Where is the evaluation for these shoes? Specific, they look old, worn, and beat up. There is dirt all over the place. You're not going to tell me that you decided to spend thousands of dollars on shoes just to have them looking ruined and beat up. Like, you're not going to clean any of the shoes. You're not going to put any shoe cleaners, some Ajax and bleach on the soles or something. Like, are you serious? Are you serious? That is crazy. And you say I could tell that those are your favorite pairs of shoes by the amount of dirt. Like, like those shoes probably haven't been like even cleaned or washed since they were first manufactured. Like, that fabric looks worn out. I've seen old mattresses look newer than these shoes, and I'm talking about old mattresses on the streets, of which you might have some homeless people directly on. That's seen all types of weather and seasons. Those mattresses look cleaner than these shoes right here. That's crazy to me. And I understand why the inside of those shoes look so dirty, because you just like walking barefoot and then you slide your feet directly in those shoes. That's crazy. So not only do you have the bacteria from your body in those shoes, but then you have the bacteria from everybody else who has ever walked on that concrete in those shoes. And all of that is combining into whatever it is in those soles. I'm pretty sure if anybody was to take a sample, they would probably see the flesh-eating virus and many other things directly in those shoes. Because again, there's no telling what it is that they have stepped in or on. Because again, you don't know what people have done directly outside. You don't know what's spilled outside. You don't know what was there the previous 4 days. Like, you don't know what's going on, and then you opt to do that. And then you want to take your dirty souls and you want to walk across a variety of places. I can only imagine what they do for restaurants. I can only imagine. I'm pretty sure OSHA, if this couple ever showed up in somebody's restaurant to come sit and dine, I promise you, OSHA probably got some violations about that, and they'll shut that restaurant down real quick. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure there's some type of violations there with having people barefoot. I'm pretty sure. Like I said before, they're going to cause people's businesses to potentially get shut down or ruined. Promise you. Like I said, It is completely crazy. Shout out to DSA1, Rachel, Pink, and RJ the Gamer. So now I want to just move over to another video here, and we're the smiling Joker looking woman here. This woman has gotten her wake up call. You know, a lot of times people online talk about, individuals getting their wake up call and them actually understanding, what time it is. You're going to hear one of those wake up calls, but the response is lackluster. For me, I actually expected them to actually say a lot more than what they did, but that just wasn't the case. But let's get to it.
Supporters kicked out of a MAGA online chat. Let's take a look.
I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
we're just introducing ourselves. The
Scooby-Doo.
MAGA people got to stick together. It's one country, one flag. So that's
No. Don't talk about MAGA people, but
the
that
American
was a
people.
Scooby-Doo.
The American people. But
Hold on. Listen, Tropic, you are my co-speaker. You can say whatever you want, but don't you ever tell me like I'm Chase, right?
okay.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Is that true? Hashtag black and
Black Chicago for Trump.
Miss
That's
Trav.
what it says. Hashtag Black
Yeah.
Chicago for Trump.
So who's Tropic? Do you know Tropic?
Tropic?
Yeah.
I'm new to this whole Twitter space.
What brought you into space?
I told you I saw my friend was in here and it showed up at the top of my
And
screen.
so who's your friend?
Miss Trevian.
Who's your friend?
Miss Trevian.
Okay. So Miss Trevian, what brought her in
You
here?
gotta ask her.
You?
Mr. Tropic sent me a DM and said that he was going to be in
You
a
know,
space.
Mr. Tropic, I say next time, don't ever bring these people in here.
Oh.
I don't want to talk to them ever.
You have to talk to me.
Wow.
I have a national radio show. I don't have to be in here with you. I was just trying to make a
But no. So
Listen,
P-Ray,
I'll follow
pay attention
Mr.
to this.
Tropic. I don't
Pay
listen,
attention
hold
to
on.
this because this
Okay,
is so unnecessary.
Let Mr.
And
Tropic.
he will
next
actually
time,
regret
next
this
time,
situation.
let
yeah.
Mr.
Thank you
Tropic
for
do
having
stuff.
us. And
Listen, slow it down,
Goodbye.
Miss
We don't
Sailor.
have to be here with
Slow
you.
it down,
I
Miss
have a
Sailor.
national radio
Yeah,
show.
goodbye.
Enjoy your room. Thank
Good
you,
boy.
Tropic, for following.
Goodbye.
Ciao.
So we were able to hear that, right? So you had two women directly in there, obviously melanated, one of which you could see her mugshot directly to the side, right? And both of them were in a sense about to get some old-fashioned treatment, right? And the guy was like, hold on, you're not going to sit up there and tell me anything or whose country, this. He was like, am I not Chase? It was like, even with the tone that he had, she stopped and started. She was like, I'm sorry, let me apologize. Let me fix the words that I stated because I aggravated you. It was such wow. And then it's amazing to me that even when the tone of disrespect was there was no type of disrespect that was thrown directly back. Like I said before, I expected them to say a lot more, but they didn't do anything. It was like, you know what? Thank you for allowing us to be here. We don't even have to be here. You'll just, regret this and yada, 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 and all this. I'm like, wow. So when Chase decided to disrespect you, you just sat up there and took it. You were like, "Oh, I'm just going to take the high road." When Chase had a little bit of disapproval in his tone about what it is that you were saying and how it is that you were saying it, you made sure to try to recorrect yourself, not once, not twice, but potentially 3 times. It's like, wow, all of that energy is just, it's not there. It's just, it just wasn't there. Like I said, I really expected a lot more to take place when it dealt with that conversation, when it dealt with the tone that she was receiving and getting. But, I guess she didn't want to mess up her prospects. She didn't want to, mess up any potentialities of the dating pool. And you know, it's sad, but you know, it is what it is. Some people will learn, some people won't. And then you got Huggies. So, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Like I said, it's pretty sad to see. Pretty sad to see. And then to be smiling in a mugshot like the Joker, like you really just sat up here and did. Anyways, let's go to the next video here. So let me just set you up here, right? So in this scene that you have here, it's have a disturbance in the baggage force. You're going to have somebody deciding that, hey, I'm having a bad day. Let me just start tossing bags. But then you're going to have somebody come through and lay down a nice corrective conversation. You might not be able to actually hear and understand or read lips, but you're going to see the body actions in the conversation. Now, let me just say that woman is not built for that type of job. You don't sit up here and decide that you're having a bad day or whatever it is, and you want to start flinging people's luggage across the concrete at the airport. Like that makes no sense. Like who do you think you are? What are you doing? You don't know what anybody could have in that luggage. Somebody could have a laptop that might have cost like $3,000. So now their laptop is broken because you got a bad attitude, because you don't know how to deal with yourself. Because you don't know how to calm yourself down. You want to sit up here as a grown adult and you want to act like a child with somebody else's things, knowing damn well if you were at home, you wouldn't be swinging and throwing your stuff around like that. Or if you saw somebody throwing your stuff around, oh, you would throw a fit. You would throw a tantrum. You would have, oh, I need to talk to management. I'm about to sit up there and talk to, what airline is this? JetBlue, Arizona. Like you would be trying to do the utmost in order to try to get your money back for that luggage and any potential breakage or damage, and then some on top of a refund for the flight. Like I said before, you got a lot of people out here that's not built for a lot of jobs. She just needs to be at a desk job. Don't give her no job dealing with physical labor. Put her behind the desk, give her a computer or a phone, leave her there. If she want to throw an attitude and slam down a landline phone, so be it. You can buy those. You can easily replace those and then fire her, and that's it. But this right here, no. And I want to give a shout out to the black guy here, because he got so much patience in order to deal with her and just trying to calmly talk to her, even though she was like whipping around and doing, like I said before, some people just ain't built for certain jobs. Like some people might not need to be around other people. She's one of those people. She needs to be working with like mannequins, cactuses. She needs to be like working with, like frozen meats, something. She does not need to be out in the public. Again, he actually potentially saved the company from a potential lawsuit, because again, these were people on the airplane watching what it is that she's doing with luggage at the airport. And who knows if that is their luggage that they're literally filming and watching getting thrown and slammed. And like I said, one of the pieces of luggage was all the way across the area. I'm like, how did the luggage even get over there? Like, yo, what are you doing? Get yourself together. Get yourself together. You're a grown adult. Get yourself together. You can't be doing this. You can't be doing this, right? So the next video that we're gonna look at here has to deal with the fact that, you know, last year and the year prior, you had a lot of women that were talking about body counts, right? And I made sure to clip this, right? The same woman that you see in the video, this is her comment, right? I couldn't show y'all the picture because that picture is rated XR, for lack of a better word. So I just took the comment, right? She says, I have 106 bodies. Had 2 trains ran on me. If you don't know what a train is, then Google is your friend. You think I care? Question mark. She said, it's a YOLO in this MF. I guess what your baby father and boyfriend still want to hit on this and still want to see what this head like. So go on and mind your business where it pay you, right? So that is what she had to state directly online. But we're going to hear what she had to state specifically when this young man asked her this question.
Would you tell your man your real body count, or you?
To be honest, a real man is not going to ask a real woman her body count. It's not important. If you want to know about how many men I slept with in the past, so that can make you insecure, so that can make you feel like you're not enough, so that can make you feel like you're not great enough, that's on you. If you want to know, go ahead and ask, but I'm going to look at you differently afterwards, because what my past got to do with you and what we got going on in the future.
She said a real man doesn't ask for a body count, and even if he did and he asked, she's going to look at him differently, and more than likely she's going to, you know, push him directly to the side. And she was like, hey, well, what does my body count got to do with us in the future? It has everything to do. You said online that you got a body count of 106. 106. Some human beings don't even make it to that age, but you got 106 bodies collecting. You're probably in your early 20s. Somebody got to make me understand, why does the younger generation of adults, why do they look so old? I just need to, like, what's that for the generation of adults right now, the older generation, look young. They look young. And then the younger generation of adults look like they're in like their 30s or their 40s. What is going on here? What is going on here? Like, I'm just trying to sit up here and understand, because she looks like she has seen and been through a lot of stuff. And she is more than likely very, very young. Both of these two are very, very young. But like I said before, she's more than likely in her early 20s, talking about 106 bodies. You can only guess when she started going out here and throwing it in a circle. You can only guess. But like I said, you have women like this that are giving advice to other women and young women out here, and they're eating this up. Like, oh, real man ain't gonna ask. Nah, people should be asking, because it's such thing as STDs. I need to know, if you got 106 bodies, out of those 106, how many of those times have you caught an STD? Because it is highly likely that you caught an STD. Even dealing with one person, you got a 50% chance of an STD. So what do you think that entails when you're at a count of 106? The only 106 that I know of when I was growing up is 106 in Park. And that was a show dealing with music. But you're telling me as a young woman that you got 106 bodies under you, and you're proud of that. That's something to carry around and bang your chest about? Wow. Society right now. And people wonder why it is that it's very tough right now for a lot of women to get married. Why it's very tough for a lot of women to actually be in a stable relationship with a guy, because it's like, when you got people out here like this, it's like, hey, what's the use of doing a relationship? What's the use of doing a marriage? It don't matter. Right? Like she said, her body count, like, it shouldn't matter to nobody. So she shouldn't really have an issue if no dude want to really hold her down, really want to be with her. And again, I want to reiterate, a lot of women get it confused that just because a dude is, he wants to, in a sense, sleep with, doesn't automatically mean that a guy wants to view or see you as a long time or a lifelong partner. It's two different things. So just want to put that out there. So now we are going to go to another video that is dealing with dating, and it's coming from someone who has pretty privilege, right? This is not my first time, in a sense, covering pretty privilege and the things that the pretty people like to say. So let's just hear what this woman has to say here.
And when it comes to you men sliding in a woman's DM, you guys all do the same shit. You guys all hard eye, good morning beautiful, hey queen, good morning queen. Like, y'all all do the same shit. So when a woman don't respond to y'all when y'all do that, this is why. Because they get it from all you niggas. This is what y'all do. Like, none of you men stand out. You know, when are you men gonna come with a different approach when it comes to a woman? Like, I'm gonna need for y'all to do better when it comes to approaching a woman in the DM. Because, hey beautiful, good morning queen, we ain't going for that. We don't like that.
So what I got from this, and this is coming from just my honest perspective as a guy, she's saying, don't come at me respectfully, right? Come at me with monetary things. Come at me with money. Come at me with trips. Show me what it is that you can do specifically for me. I don't care about the nice stuff. You calling me beautiful. Like I said, I need guys that like readily understand. A lot of women don't, in a sense, care about compliments no more because they get it. You got social media now. So again, she is correct. The one thing that you're saying to these women in these DMs, like, hey, beautiful, how are you doing? Yeah, they're tired of it because they hear it a lot. That's the thing that social media has, in a sense, done, is corrupted the sense of, appreciation. So a lot of women don't appreciate actually being respected and having a guy just simply say like, hey, how are you doing? You look very beautiful today. You look very nice today. Women don't respect that no more because they hear it so often, it's drowned out. So now guys have to do the utmost. Now guys have to like, okay, let me show off some cars. Let me show off some jewelry. Let me show you the trips that I take and what I could potentially, do for you and take you on. All she's talking is money right now. And she's able to talk like that for two reasons. Pretty privilege. And then the second reason is because a lot of dudes boosted up her confidence. And again, a lot of guys need to stop going out here and doing this. I get it. You see a lot of women out here that you deem and find attractive. But at the end of the day, chances are very great that they're not going to deal with you or mess with you or even try to sit up there and claim you. And even if it were the case that they are going to do any one of those three things, they got like 90 other dudes right back there, either just waiting or she's still seeing while she's sitting up there talking or quote unquote in a relationship with you. She got backup on backup on backup on backup on backup. They did a study before. There's an article, somebody can find it online, where they stated that the greater majority of women who are in relationships have backup boyfriends, have backup guys for just in case. So when you hear a lot of guys out here say that you are not the only one, you're not. You're not. It's just your time right now in the sun. And pretty soon after that time, after the sun goes down, it's going to be another guy's time. That's it. AKA you seen Lori Harvey. There's a lot of guys that had time in the sun. And there's going to be some other guy in the future that's going to roll up here and sign that NDA or whatever it is. And he's going to be taking pictures with her. And it's going to be this thing that people are going to, publicize on social media. And then she's going to break up with him. Like I said, we're living in a culture right now where it's fine to be inconsistent. Everybody want to disguise it as like, oh, well, I'm just trying to find myself. You can find yourself by yourself. That's how you do that. You're not going to tell me that you're trying to find yourself with another person. And then a moment in time you reach to a point and you're still with that person. You're like, this ain't really what I was looking for. I'm dipping out. This was fun, but I'm better than this now. I'm better than you. I've outgrown you. I'm dipping out. So why didn't you just do this when you were by yourself, for yourself? Like, it's crazy. Like I said, people got to pay attention to a lot of things, and guys need to stop hyping up women like this. The moment in time that guys are like, you know what? We're not going to be looking at women like this no more. We're not going to give them attention. You're going to see them start complaining online. It wasn't that long ago, about a year or so, that you saw women complaining online that, hey, guys ain't paying for coming to the club like they used to. Guys ain't walking up to us like they used to. Guys are not paying for our drinks like they used to. like I said, it has an effect. The moment in time that guys start actually standing 10 toes on something serious that actually affects them, they're going to start seeing a difference. You're actually going to start getting respected. You're not going to get any type of respect if you keep consistently going for the exact same person who's been ducking and dodging you and ain't giving you no attention since the beginning of the time. It makes no sense. At the end of the day, realistically, you're disrespecting yourself by allowing somebody to disrespect you like that. But, it is what it is. People got to learn, the hard way. People got to learn the hard way. So this one right here is a special one here. Let me tell you, this is how to end your business technically before it started. So everybody knows about Keith Lee, a wonderful guy with a wonderful family, and he goes out to different food places and he blesses people. He literally changes their lives, changes their business. Like I said, that is the work of God. If anything is supposed to be a work of God, I'm going to say that Keith Lee is. The work that he literally does and the amount of lives that he has set up there and changed and impacted, that's work right there. That's a very good, solid man right there. Solid. So we're going to read this from Black Millionaires. Stated that food critic Keith Lee blessed a struggling food truck with a $4K tip, $2K to the owner, $1K to a braider and barber who was only at the scene to meet Keith Lee, but he thought they were giving free haircuts. The owner kept the money to herself. Quote, "They wasn't with me." So we're going to look at this. And then after this, I'm going to show you a response from one of the women that is directly in the picture.
I see y'all giving out haircuts and doing braids. So we want to leave $1,000 to the barber so we can cut everybody hair for free. We want to leave you $1,000 to fix that hair. We want to leave you $2,000. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so say you charge my barber $4,000 and y'all give me however y'all feel. I appreciate it. Absolutely.
I'm going to give my son what he deserves. Son. And for her to even think, because she called somebody out there just to braid her hair, that she deserved $1,000 and try to make it seem like, now I could see if when Keith Lee said, give that barber $1,000 for free haircuts, he should have said, anybody, come on, who want their haircut for free? Come on. Then he would have deserved it. Then that would have made him with me. Because now you're helping me. You're shining on me. This man was not with me. He was only solely there because my son called him to cut my hair.
So we all saw that, right? So during the point in time that Keith Lee said that he was giving money to the barber and the woman that was braiding hair, this woman here, who was the owner of that food truck, she could have easily stated, oh no, they're not even with me. You can, give that money specifically and directly, to them. I don't even want to hold that money specifically, for them because we don't even work together. They're just here for X, Y, and Z and whatnot or whatever. She didn't say that. When Keith Lee explained everything, she was like, oh, yes, yeah, and just all smiles and everything. She didn't sit up there and try to separate anything. She knew damn well that those two people were not with her, but she still accepted that $4,000. She still took and accepted that $4,000. And then you see her running her mouth online talking about, oh, well, if, Keith Lee would have, specifically put it this way and said this and all this, then it wouldn't even be a problem or an issue. This is why, this is how people mess up their own blessings. This is how you block it for other people as well. Like I said, this is just so wrong on so many different levels. This is why I have and again, nothing against Keith Lee, because again, he is doing his job. But I'm just going to sit up there and state, If ever at a point in time for Keith Lee, if ever at a point in time that this happens, this same situation happens again, I would just recommend just giving people their money separately, because you cannot sit up here and trust people on any type of principle, because obviously, like I said, I don't know what type of time this woman is even running on to stand up here on social media and try to, in a sense, push the blame on Keith Lee, trying to sit up there and pin the blame on him while still stating that she's going to keep and hold that $4,000 that he clearly stated that he was giving to you, and then the rest of it was going to be split with the barber and the woman that was braiding hair. Like I said, this is crazy. This is crazy. Wow. That's crazy, but it's going to get worse. Why is it going to get worse? Because the woman that you see in the picture that's wearing the Sweetly Seasoned t-shirt, she made a video, a 9-minute video to be exact. And it's going to go over even more information because she was actually in the food truck. So, let me just reiterate too. She was in the food truck and she worked for free because she told the lady, hey, I don't want you to sit up there and even pay me. That's completely cool. You can keep, the 1,000 there. Just make sure that you pay my brother, because the barber is her brother. So I'm going to let her explain and get directly into it.
You're wondering how we got here. Well, let me tell you. So a lot of y'all know yesterday I got to meet Keith Lee. Great. Congratulations. I'm still humbled by the experience. Like, I am ecstatic. Blessings to your family. I really appreciate you. But now this is where the downfall comes in. A lot of y'all was on my live when he said this.
I see y'all giving out haircuts.
My little brother, yeah.
So we want to leave $1,000 to the barber so he can cut everybody.
Oh, that's my little brother. He went to go pick up my baby brother from school.
We want to leave you $1,000 to cut hair. We want to leave you $2,000.
And granted, everything was cool, right? Me being me and thinking everybody else is going to have the same genuine heart as me, I charged him $4,000 on his card, meaning all the money went to the food truck in hopes that she would do what she needed to do, right? Wrong. So after everything had died down, mind you, on top of him tipping $4,000, this man left an extra $886 to feed everybody else that was coming, right? Right. But this is where she went wrong. I'm in the truck, mind you, I'm a worker. This is your business, so I'm doing what you say. She tell me after this person, which is a third person, that you got to start charging again. Now, it's one thing when he say I'm leaving this for free and for somebody to come and order like one of everything on the menu and try to get both desserts and drinks and shit. Like, yeah, you can put a limit on that. But if this man left you almost $1,000, why the fuck did you stop handing free food out after the third person? Make it make sense. So, all right, everything was cool. It was time to close down. My friend done ran to the store. He helping his mama. He coming out his pocket with his own money. And I looked at her and I was like, so Keith Lee literally just spent $5,200 with you. She was like, girl, I know. I'm so excited. Like, before I got on here, I was broke. And before y'all come for me talking about don't be releasing no personal information, it got personal when you played with my baby brother. So everything was cool, calm, and collect, right? She told me, she said, look, I just want to let you know it'll be about a day or two before you guys get your money. I work with Square. I've been running my business for the past 4 years with Square, so I know exactly how it works. But if you've been running this business for years, your money gonna clear the next day. Correct? So this morning we got up. Mind you, I'm thinking I got to go back to help her because yesterday you ain't have nobody that wanted to work for you. You get what I'm saying? So my friend had me come and help you, and then my brother was really only out there, but you somehow trying to make it seem like my brother was giving free haircuts when he was posting flyers with his prices on them. Come on. So then I wake up today, people hit me up talking about, we want to make your menus, we want to make your flyers, da-da-da-da-da. My main thing was, I'm not the face of this company. You get what I'm saying? I'm not the face of this company, but I can put you in contact. If you go through my comment section, you will definitely see where I'm tagging her business over and over and over because people thought it was my shit. So I hit her this morning, was like, Kim, you have workers today? Also, there's a guy who's wanted to do your menu and flyers for you, so I'm sending him your number. Who is this? Sherelle. Yes, I have workers for today, and you can send me his info. Thank you. That was it. So I respond back. I will send you his Instagram, and did you see if your money cleared? You can keep the money that was left for me, but my brother is preparing to leave and go back home, and I'm unsure how he'll get it once he leaves. Granted, all I had to do was send it to her, or she could have sent it to him, whatever. She said, please call me back so an agreement can be made. But before we even got to those messages, she called me, and she was just like, well, I didn't invite your brother to come out there and cut hair. I didn't invite you. My son invited you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give $1,000 to my son and he'll give y'all whatever it is he see fit out of there. Hold on, ma'am. Hold on. Now, I did you a solid by saying I get money. When I opened my eyes this morning, I had a deposit for $1,500. You get what I'm saying? And I made money since. So I told you to keep my money, but I was more so pressed about the issue of my brother. Keith Lee don't know my brother. My brother don't know Keith Lee. My brother don't know any of y'all out here. But when you gave him the green light to post his flyers, after he cut both of your sons' head, yes, they paid. He wasn't cutting nobody's hair for free. Who the fuck put that out there? If you cutting hair for free, why are you posting flyers with prices? You get what I'm saying? There's a girl on Facebook, hold on, whom I'm assuming is her oldest son's wife, fiance, whoever she is. This is all lies, just like the free cuts were, because people had to pay. Of course they had to pay. The 2 people hair that he cut was both of the owner's sons. So why the fuck would he be giving the owner's sons, whose mom is getting visited by Keith Lee, free cuts? You get what I'm saying? Because it was never advertised. But then I later found out my friend had said he assumed that he was giving free cut. No, he pulled up to the area because he saw it as an opportunity because we couldn't make it to Jonathan's shop to meet him in time. No one. Y'all didn't hear it on my face. Y'all didn't see it on my platform. Y'all didn't hear it out my brother's mouth say, I'm giving free cuts, pull up to the spot. Do you know how many people would have pulled up? Keith Lee probably was under the assumption. Hell yeah, he didn't even say it. Let's be honest. Keith Lee didn't even say, oh, I'm giving you $1,000 because. He said, I'm giving you $1,000 so you can go and get free haircuts. But bitch, we couldn't even make it out there to get free haircuts because you tripping over $2,000. Now the principle of the matter is, because I know several of y'all out there thinking like, bro, it's just $1,000, bro. Like, don't you got more money than that? Don't TikTok pay you? Da-da-da-da. TikTok pays me well. YouTube pays me well. Both of my Facebook pages pays me well outside of whatever it is that I do in my real life. You get what I'm saying? The principle of the matter is my brother is from Louisiana. My brother is a self-taught barber. He went and got his license just so he can work in a shop. And when he come out here and he posting up with all of his shit outside and he's saying, yo, I'm selling haircuts, your sons come down and they sit in there and then you gonna sit there and have a nerve to tell me Keith Lee don't understand. Y'all not even a part of the brand. So I don't feel inclined to give you the money. Bitch, fuck you. Fuck you, bro. Like, I'm not even playing when it comes to this shit, bro. I'm big on integrity. I'm big on doing what's right. I came out there and I helped you for free. I stood in that little bitty ass, hot ass motherfucking food truck to help you because my friend asked me to. And this is the thanks that I get? I couldn't even get a thank you from you at the end of the day, bro. Like, come on. The man walked up and literally said, I seen your live. I seen this live. The wife even said, hey, Sherelle, let me see that cheer. Was nobody on the live? Like, come on. Well, I know y'all was on the live, but come on, bro. You got your kids in the background fighting for you. Like, it ain't even your kids. It's that one lady who didn't even want to get in a food truck with you in the first place. That's how I ended up there. If your kids really gave a fuck, I would have been at home in my bed. I would have been at home in my bed. Keith Lee would have never seen me type shit. I would have still popped out. I ain't even gonna lie, because my friend would have told me. But that's besides the point. The sole purpose of this was so you could get the exposure. You get what I'm saying? You wanted the Keith Lee effect. And we did our part to make sure that could happen. And I can't even say to make sure. To kind of hope and pray that it would happen. And it did. You know what I'm saying? I'm screenshotting what Keith Lee put on here. Oh, yeah, and beforehand, that was the email I sent to him today because I was serious about my integrity. I was serious about the principle of the matter. If this man came all the way out here and he blessed your motherfucking business with his presence and to say this shit was good as a motherfucker, then the least you can do is get out of the way of somebody else's blessings and honor it. After I already told you, you can keep my band. Who the fuck running around here saying, I don't want that $1,000, you can have it? Who's doing that? And I came and worked for you for free? For free? But today, all of a sudden, you wake up, you got workers. I wanted to leave you $1,000 for doing braids. Wanted to leave $1,000 to the barber so he can cut everybody's hair for free. By the time Keith Lee left, your motherfucking ass closed the shop down. So the goal was for him to return today, right? But you look my brother dead in his eyes last night when he came to spend money at your establishment and told him, you missed your blessing, but I got the money that Keith Lee gave you. I'm going to give it to you when my money clears. But today you wake up and you singing a different tune. And we want to tip you $2,000. So at what point of it do you feel like you can play God and step in the way and say, oh, I'm going to block this blessing from this young black man who's trying and do what I want to do? And you think your shit going to prosper? Baby, I'm going to make it my personal mission to see that nobody will see Sweetly Seasoned. You hear me? I don't care if I got to post up on every block that you own and make protest videos. You do understand that a lot of these people wanted to come out and see my face. Do you hear it in the live? Is that real? Is that real? You get what I'm saying? I am the clout, bro. I'm the clout. And I'm pissed off and I'm really agitated at the fact that your motherfucking ass sat there 2 days ago and said how your family treated you, how this person, that person, and that person treated you, and I don't know you from a can of motherfucking paint. And I got up on my bed and I came to help you, and this is the thanks I get? Bitch, I ain't even get a real fucking thank you. And with all due respect, Keith Lee, I did not want to bring you into this shit, but you did your part, so now I gotta do mine. The S effect is in full effect, and I'm on your ass. For sure.
So we were able to hear all of that, right? And the young lady as well, she has her own platform. So when she was stating that people, also came there to see her as well, yeah, because she has her own platform. She is, pulling numbers herself. Like I said, this is why some people say that you can't just like work with everybody black. This is why. Because there's an integrity issue. There's a greed issue that takes place. And clear cut, you can see that. Again, this young woman came with nothing but facts. She got receipts. And then on top of that, on her social media, you got the brother of the woman. I'm sorry, you have the son of the main owner deciding that he wants to come directly at her. Right? Let me give y'all a snapshot of that matter. I can probably take down some of these videos so I can do a screen share. Let me just do that. Give y'all a quick screen share real quick, right? Let me see. Let me just okay. I had to make sure everything was looking clear. Had to just check real quick. Right? So this is the young lady's page, right? Right? This is her, the same woman that you were able to see directly in the video, right? And she got a couple of what's the names directly up here, right? She said Keith Lee came too Sweetly Seasoned and I made it salty. Another one she said 5 hours ago, she said, if I'm wrong for telling the mother to keep my 1K because she's in the middle of losing her home, then so be it. I told them from jump, I don't want to get paid, and I still behind that. Pay my brother his money, and we out the way. Simple, right? And then she said later on, 20 hours ago, not the threats. When their lies don't work, they want to hurt you, right? So let's zoom into this, right? So you got the guy, I guess, saying, hey, shorty, watch your mouth about my brother. I can and will find and come see your ass. This your only warning, right? She was like, I said what I said, and clearly you're not smart enough to be texting me this knowing what he knows. Make sure your brother tells you the FBI is watching still, and he'll be on the radar next along with you. He replied, man, I don't give an F. This ain't even a real phone, dumbass. I ain't my little brother, and I'm watching your black ass now. You heard what I said. She replied, it's an iPhone, dumbass. I don't give an F who you are. Clearly, you need to talk to your brother because all y'all still upholding this woman in her wrongdoing. But I'll go to the FBI myself and let's see if they'll find whoever this is behind this quote unquote unreal phone. Remember, your face is all in my live. I'll post it next and give it to the FBI. Let your brother fight his battles, but I'm ready for whatever. So now, not only are we dealing with the situation of, the woman not wanting to give up the money to the rest of the people that was there, you now have these dudes, grown men, deciding to come at a woman talking about threats. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? First, it was a blessing. It was a nice deed that was taking place, and now it went from a nice deed to just now it's just like straight evil, just like taking place. All types of wrongdoing taking place, all because of one person, and it ain't Keith Lee. All because of one person that don't want to do the right thing. That's crazy to me. That is crazy to me. That is 1,000% crazy. That makes no sense. And then you're going to sit up there and name yourself John Wick 8422 at iCloud. Are you serious? Like, yo, like you people can't even be original. Like you're naming your people ain't real. And then she got a video of a conversation directly with the page. I just realized what she called him. Oh, that's crazy. Wow, that's crazy. Oh man. That is crazy. That's great. But again, for a lot of this information, if y'all want to go directly to her page, it's directly up here on Twitter, live in 4K as I'm scrolling. You can, see that directly as well. Like I said, this is crazy. Like you literally see Keith Lee using his card, putting the money directly up there. And like I said, they said that food truck been struggling. So he came there and like literally blessed this woman. And she could have been like, all right, you know what? I got blessed. Let me, give it to the people, that needs to, get this money. Like I said, it's crazy out here, man. You can't trust everybody. And this is why you have a lot of people that's like, yo, this is why I don't do nice stuff. Because you never know what can sit up here and happen. Like stuff like this, that's a tragedy. That's a tragedy. Like this is a very positive thing. And to have one person turn this into a negative is crazy. And then the fallout from this is crazy. All I'm saying is I don't want nobody to get hurt behind this. Shouldn't nothing be happening. Again, from what I was able to hear in the video, listening to the voices and stuff, it's a certain type of guy that's wanting to have this back and forth with this woman. And he wants to send these type of threats and, all of this stuff. So, I'm going to leave it, where it is directly on that. I'll let y'all figure that one out right there. But, yeah, like I said, this is crazy. This is real crazy. Again, I'm not, Keith Lee, much love and respect and appreciation to him and his family and his bloodline for, doing the stuff that they've been doing across America. But I would just say it's safe to say the next time that anything happens, just give that money out, even if you got a Cash App or whatever, specifically just Cash App that money, to those people on the scene so that they can specifically get it so that, stuff like this won't even be a situation or a problem. Because this ain't even the first time that we've heard of, a celebrity coming through and dropping money for somebody. Right. There was a story not too long ago where a celebrity dropped money towards a waitress that was waiting on his table at this party or whatever. And I think the celebrity dropped about like $4,000 to $6,000 as a tip. And then you got the manager deciding to hold the tip and then wanting to state that, oh, this tip just isn't for them. It's for everybody that worked that day. Nah, son, that tip is specifically for that person. Because she was the one that was there waiting for the celebrity, doing all the things that she was asked of to do. Give that woman that money. Like I said, you got a lot of shady people directly out here, man. A lot of shady people. And again, this is how people mess up their own blessings. This is how that happens. This is how a lot of people mess up their own blessings. And this is how a lot of other people sit up there and say, like, yo, this is why I don't want to work with my own people. You can't sit up there and trust them. They do, slide and shiesty type, stuff like this. Like I said, it's just, it's bad to see. Hopefully, again, I hope that, this can be situated in a peaceful manner, in an adult type manner. Hopefully nobody, gets injured or lose their lives, behind any of this type of foolishness, because it is not worth it. It is not that serious for, anything like that to even occur. Again, any type of like threats and stuff going on online shouldn't even be happening. Again, this is a woman at the end of the day. You're a grown man. Why are you sitting up there sending threats to this woman? Go talk to a man. Go send threats to a man, because again, a lot of dudes out here that are of a certain community, they know who to send threats to and who not to. They know it's easier to send threats to a woman because the likelihood of potentially losing your life is very low. But sending threats directly to a guy, the potential is very high. You're touching like the 70, 80, 90 percentile, depending on the type of guy that you're actually dealing with and the types of threats that you are specifically sending. So, like I said, people, you know, it's crazy out here. It's 100% crazy, right? So now we're going to go to another video here. But before we happen to get to that video, we're going to look at what it is that I had posted to the right of the screen, right? And this is by a woman. She said, I wanted this man to be vulnerable with me for so long. He finally called me yesterday and I opened up, and he opened up, but the second he started crying, I lost all interest in him quickly. This is a safe space, but not that safe. So let's just hear what Shaq has to say that is revolving around this topic that I just gave to y'all.
You open up to a woman?
Yeah.
Never. No, never.
When's the last time you think you've opened up to a woman?
We don't.
Your whole life?
Bro, I'm telling you.
Man, got players like I could, me and him related.
Yeah.
It's our first time meeting,
Yeah,
but
I can tell you guys, there's some connection here.
Oh, no.
They're going to tell you can't.
Because you know why?
But it's a trap.
Because you know why?
I'm trapped like a motherfucker.
No, I'm going to tell you why. Because once you do, whenever something go down, they're going to throw it back in your face.
Well, that's why.
That's real. That's why. So you can't ever.
That's why you cry, because your dad left.
Yeah.
So you heard what he said, right? He said you cannot share or open up to him because sooner or later she's going to throw it right back into your face. And he's right. This is factual. Because again, when somebody might be at a low point, or if an argument happens between you or your significant other, they're going to be like, oh, remember that stuff that you said up there and told me? Like, you know, you're still that same person that's crying about, you know, your dad, that such and such and all this other type of stuff. Or you're still that same dude that's, you know, mad that, you know, your wife left. Like, it's a lot of stuff there. And it's like, it's a lot easier for a guy just to like keep to himself and not tell everything, because at least you're secure in the fact that only one person knows. The moment of time that you allow another person to sit up there and know, there's a nice likelihood that that's going to be used against you at a certain point in time, in order to get a low blow, in order to get a nice jab directly in there, in order to kick you when you are down. And this happens more so to men. Because remember, men are supposed to be deemed as, you know, strong, right? The strength and all of these things. So people take pleasure in being able to try to kick a man, you know, while he's down, right? Being able to find a dent in a man's armor and being able to go through an attack from that angle. So again, you know, you might have some people that will sit up there and disagree, but I'm just going to reiterate, going through my life, this man is factual in what it is that he states. If you are a man and you decide to open up to a woman, you take the risk of whatever it is that you stated throughout whatever time period that you've been with her getting used against you. It is factual. It is factual. Like, it's, you know, like I said, it's a shame that it's actually that way. But like I told people before, if I got proof of what it is that, you know, somebody's talking about, what it is that I'm talking about, I will easily just bring that directly to you so y'all can actually see it. Again, this is a woman on TikTok that made this post. She was like, hey, I want a guy to be vulnerable, but not that vulnerable. See how there's limitations? But if it's reversed, she can fully just start crying and bawling out and just releasing all of that emotion directly on that guy. And a guy is not going to sit up there and really have a problem. It's like, okay, I'm here for you. I understand. It's tough what you have to face, what it is that you have to go through. But again, guys, we don't get that same type of grace when it deals with trauma or whatever it is that we have actually faced in life. For guys, there is really no actual place to go to that is, in a sense, safe. This is why you have a lot of guys that just turn to drinking and doing drugs, because that the drugs and alcohol are not going to talk to nobody. That's just you. That's just you going through all of the emotions, going through all of the waves, riding through those tides and everything. like I said, the most trustworthy thing that you got realistically, which is sad to say, is alcohol and drugs. And that is not me trying to advocate for men to just go out there and do that, because realistically, you shouldn't have to do that. What I will sit up there and say is, you can confide into other men. And even when you mention that, you can look on TikTok and you'll see women trying to find a problem with that. It's like, oh, that's a little bit weird that men are confiding into, one another. That's a little sus for me. Why wouldn't you want to confide into a woman? And like I said, the moment in time that you're trying to find security as a dude, just to, let go of something, here comes all the rest trying to make it into something else because they're quote unquote left out. But you're left out because can't nobody really trust you. Because like I said, case in point, the example of this woman here, she decided that, I'm not even interested in this dude no more. I'm about to sit up there and ghost him. It's on to the next one. So again, for any guy out there, this is potentially what is going to happen if you decide that you want to cry or whatnot in front of a woman. You're not going to be valued as the same strength or strong man that you once were. You're now a peg down. The more and more that you basically release that emotion, the more and more you cry, the weaker and weaker you will be deemed as a guy. It sucks that that's just the way it is, but this is life. These are the double standards that we have. These are the cards that we are dealt. Being guys, you got to just sit up there and roll with the punches. Got to just roll with it. But again, going back and just leaving off of this topic, I would just advocate for any guys out there. If you do need to confide into somebody, go out there and just seek a therapist. Look for a therapist that suits you, right? They have even apps that deal with therapists, right? You got your insurance. I'm not sure what insurance everybody has, but I'm pretty sure that, some of the insurances out there will, cover or partially, cover therapy. Again, for men, therapy is very important. It helps when it releases, trauma. You have a safe space where you can actually talk, where you can actually cry, where you're not going to get judged, where you're not going to get devalued, where you're not going to get emasculated. You actually have a place there. It's just you and it's that therapist. Like I said before, just as women say that they deserve a safe space, so do men. If men are supposed to be the strongest ones up here handling all the world's problems, who do those people go to and confide into? Where do they go? I can sit up there and tell you what I've sat up there and done. You sit up there and as a guy, you cry in darkness. You got you a nice little corner and you sit there and you cry all that out so that you can put on the same face that people expect directly from you being a man. See, that's the difference. Women don't have to do that. Women can go out there crying. They can go out into the world crying and people are like, oh my God, are you okay? What happened? Do you need some help? Do you need a shoulder to cry on? Talk to, like, people will literally stop on the street, complete strangers, to empathize and sympathize. But like, you know what? I was like this when I lost a parent. I was like this when I lost my child. I was like this when I lost this. I was like this when, right? You'll have all of this happen. But let a guy sit up there and walk out the house crying. Ain't nobody caring. You're going to have people laughing, both men and women. You're going to have people out there laughing at him. You're going to have people, oh, man up, suck it up, all this other type of stuff. Like I said, it's crazy and it's weird, directly out here. But again, we're living in an uneven society. We're living in a society where they tell us that people want to be equal. But when it comes to a lot of these instances that I talk about and list the name, you see that it's not equal. And you see that it won't be and it can never be because people won't allow it. So again, what's the use of talking about equality if you don't really want equality, right? But let's continue on. So now, last but not least, we're going to go directly to this clip right here. And I found this to be a little bit of an odd one, right? So they said that this UK actress discusses, what was it? Okay. So basically it's a typo there. So the UK actress is going to be playing in the brand new MLK biopic, and she's going to state what research she had to do in order to play Coretta Scott King, right? So let's just take a listen to this because this blew my mind. Let me just rewind this, Do it right there.
I love this angle, looking at really the personal lives of these two couples, of these four individuals. Wade Rucci, I'll start with you. What did you learn about Coretta Scott King, about the relationship that you brought to light in this?
Oh, I learned so much. I'm British, so we don't actually have that much information, and it's not taught about Martin Luther King or Coretta Scott King or Malcolm X or Betty Shabazz. And so when I got this job, it was a wonderful opportunity to completely educate myself and be part of the process of educating a new generation and the next generation about Coretta Scott King and Martin. I think especially the women have been sidelined a lot in the civil rights movement. And so I think that was definitely a highlight for me to be part of highlighting the women and their contributions to the movement.
Absolutely.
So we were able to hear that, right? So you got somebody from the UK to play a Black American woman. I'm a little bit confused. I'm a little bit confused. I'm a little bit baffled. Don't we have a lot of Black American actresses here that could very easily play this role? But they skipped all over them, or even any potential new actresses, to get somebody from the UK to do it. And like I said, shout out to my people over there in the UK. Shout out to y'all. Much love, respect, and appreciation. But I'm pretty sure people in the UK would look a little bit weird. Black people in the UK will look a little bit weird if they got anybody, like, let's say if they got like a rapper over there, right? I think one of the brothers' name is like Stormzy, right? Or something like that. And they got an American Black actor to play somebody that is UK born and bred. I'm pretty sure people would have a problem. They'd be like, yo, why would you sit up there and pick somebody from America to sit up here and play one of us if we're actually here? I'm like, yo, it's not like we're extinct. It's not like we're not here. Why would you do? That's basically how I feel about this situation. Because again, it don't make sense. Like, it don't make sense. And then on top of that, she said that she didn't know nothing about nothing when it came to MLK and Coretta Scott. Didn't know nothing about nothing. At one point in time, instead of saying Martin Luther King, she said Malcolm X. I'm like, how do we get here? How did we get? Is it really that difficult to find Black American actors? Like, are Black American actors going extinct? Like, I just need to know. Like, I really just need to know. Again, much love, respect, and appreciation for Black people over there in the UK. But again, I'm just a little bit confused. Just a little bit confused, right? Right. So now it's going to get real funny, right? So I got this clip here, and I dubbed it "Welcome to the World of Equality," right? Because you have this woman here. She said, how do people manage to enjoy life working a full-time? No, this is a woman, right? Remember, we had women's rights and we had, feminists, and the main thing that women fought for was to be treated equal as men. They wanted to work the same jobs. They wanted the same hours. They wanted to do any and everything that a man could sit up there and do, right? But now we're going to see where that has gotten a lot of women.
Why is it that I have to work 40 hours a week just so I can have a place to live? 40 hours a week makes me $2,000 a month, and my rent is $1,660. So I work 40 hours a week so I can have a 2-bedroom apartment and an extra $300 a month. Like, it doesn't cover my phone, internet, food, So not only do I not have any extra money, but just working makes me so exhausted that I don't have time either. Like, I get off work at 5:30, come home and I'm just so tired. I'm so tired that, like, anything that I need to do outside of work, I then just push off to, like, the weekend. And I'm like, I'm just too tired to do this after work. I'll wait until Saturday. So then I end up with so much to do on the weekend that ends up having to be split into 2 days. So I have to do stuff on both Saturday and Sunday. So then I don't get a day off. I don't get a day to relax. I don't get to decompress. So it is really like working 7 days a week, constantly. And I don't want to do that anymore, right? Like, I don't care how poor and miserable I would have to be, but I literally can't have a place to live without this, you know? Like, I don't know what to do. I'm not made for this. I don't have the money, time, or energy to enjoy my life outside of work, and I don't know what to do about it anymore, you know? I'm so tired.
So y'all heard that, right? That's the woman basically saying that she don't want to sit up there and do this no more. She was like, yo, how are people actually doing this? How is this even possible? It's like, I can't even have fun. I don't have no time to myself. I feel like I'm wasting my life away. This is too hard. I got to pay all of this money. I don't even have any money, even though I'm making a job that is, giving me, $2,000. How am I going to sit up there and survive? Well, this is what equality looks like. This is what that looks like. This is what that looks like. The moment in time, again, and guys try to sit up there and tell a lot of women out here, it's like, yo, what it is that we do every single day, this is not what you want. It's like, yo, we make it seem easy, but it's very hard to sit up there and do, especially if you're in a relationship, engaged, or if you are married. You're out here away from home. You're not able to sit up there and have time to yourself. You're not able to do the things that you want to do. You can't take vacations. You can't sit up there and be or stay by yourself because you made a decision that you want to be committed to a whole nother person and support a whole nother person. But now you're out here by yourself for yourself, and you got a problem sitting up there doing that. I'm guessing you're rethinking all of that fighting that was done oh so long ago, because again, a lot of stuff seems great in the beginning, but once you actually start to get the real feel, the real gist, now people start running, now people start crying. And this is not going to be the only video that you're going to see of a woman going out here on social media talking about, hey, this work life is too hard. Hey, I can't do this. I'm ready to sit up there and be up in the kitchen making pies. I'm ready for, because you already like, yo, the funniest thing is to go on TikTok and you see fields of women talking about, yo, I enjoy the 1950s and the 60s lifestyle. I would rather be a housewife. It's a crazy time that we live in, where you got women who are at one point in time like, hey, we're powerful women. We are women. Hear us roar. Right? They would always have like the picture up there of the woman, showing the strength in her arm, and stuff like that. Backing up feminism, all this other type of stuff, just to sit up there and state that, you know what, we're not going to say that men were right, but men were actually right. This is not what we want. My body is not built for this. This is just too much to deal with. I want my money for me, and then whoever the guy is that I'm dating or my husband, I want his money for me as well, right? That's how a woman will have two types of income. Her own money from whatever little bit that she's doing on the side, and then the husband money that he's sitting up there bringing in. So, like I said before, it's funny to see all of these things play out, and to see a woman stating, without stating, that men were right in what it is that they stated, irregardless of how it is that people wanted to refute it and say that, oh, if you believe that women should just be doing this, then you're just misogynistic and you're sexist, and you think that, nah, then what is she in? Is she misogynistic? Is she being sexist by stating that as a woman, I don't want to work as hard? I want to be able to save my money. I don't want to have to pay out all of this money. I don't want to be able, I don't want to have to work as hard in order to survive. I'm out here struggling. Like you see the look of defeat in this woman's face instantly. And I don't even really think that she's been out there in the workforce that long, but instantly she has regret. You see it in her face. She's probably looking back at all of the guys that gave her the opportunity to be directly in the house or the apartment, not having to worry about nothing. She just got to be there. Her presence just has to be there. And they'll sit up there and go out for 8 or whatever hours and work and return back with money. I'm pretty sure she is regretting. I'm pretty sure she is mad that she has erased those numbers and ducked and dodged a lot of those guys. Like I said, this is going to be a lot of women. A lot of women right now, they're beating their chest and talking about, yeah, we the bad ones out here. We the ones with the bag. We the ones really out here getting it. We the ones with the bank accounts. I can afford a vacation by myself. And then you start seeing videos on TikTok of those same women talking about how lonely they are, how it is they can't find a companion, why it is that it's so difficult for them to find a man. You can't find a man because you're the man that you've always desired. There you go. You built, as a woman, you built yourself into the man that you always wanted. So there's no man can compete with that. There is nothing that a man can bring or give you that you haven't already done for yourself or can't do in the future, right? If you can't sit up there and afford a trip now, all you got to do is go out there and work like 80 hours. Go out there and work 60, 70, or 80 hours. You'll be able to afford that trip, but you'll be going on that trip by yourself or with your girlfriends. Like I said, for me, I don't got time to be hearing women crying directly online talking about how hard life is and how hard it is to work. Men having to do this. Even before people were making all this money, you had dudes that were working for cents on the dollar, doing heavy, hard labor. And you sitting up here getting on social media crying, talking about, oh, this is too tough. Suck it up, buttercup. Because this is what a lot of women wish for. This is what a lot of women ask for. This is equality. Like I said before, people want equality, but when it actually hits, people are like, no, this ain't what I asked for. I didn't mean all of this. No, this is what that means. Like I said, I'm all for equality, the good, bad, and the ugly. Like I said, women always state that, yo, we are the strongest out here. We have periods. We bring life, we carry life throughout this world and all of these things. We're just as strong, if not stronger than men. We can handle the same thing, if not more than, what men have to handle. Go right ahead, knock yourself right on out. I'm not going to debate you. You're telling me as a woman that you are stronger than me and you can handle more than I do, more than I can. Go right ahead. But don't be coming back crying. I don't want to see not one tear. I don't want to see not one tear. But like I said, this is the society that we're living in, where you can have somebody make such a bold ass statement like that and state that I am woman, hear me roar, I'm the strongest of the strongest, but then turn around on social media and start crying. I thought you were strong. I thought you were Superman. What happened? How you go from Superman down to Lois Lane? What are we doing here? You got to pick a role. We're like I said, I'm not for people being Two-Face, aka Harvey Dent, being able to do a role. We're not doing that. You're not going to tell me that you're both Superman and your Lois Lane. Pick a role, pick a lane and stay in it. It's not that difficult. It really is not that difficult. But like I said, a lot of people want their cake and eat it too. And this is what that looks like. And I want to reiterate, a lot of people were mad at Kevin Samuels when he was saying a lot of the stuff that he stated. But here you go, along with some of the other videos that were listed as well. So like I said, he was giving a warning to a lot of people directly out here. And then, matter of fact, let me just go to a video, right? Let me see if I actually got it up here. Hopefully I do. Because a lot of people have stated that, well, I'm sorry, let me be more specific. A lot of women stated that they did not like, Kevin Samuels and the content that he was, specifically putting out, right? That made them, feel a certain type of way. I'm trying to see. This is the one right here. So I'm going to play this clip.
Still like to have a family.
So people can actually understand. This is what I told people before. I was watching this dude back when he was just like talking about guys. Like he literally had videos telling guys like, yo, this is how you dress as a man. This is how you dress. This is how you do casual. This is how you do business. This is how you put a suit together. This is how you match a suit and a tie. This is the certain dress shirt that you get. This is the certain type of cologne that you get for your body scent or your molecules or whatnot. This is the type of belt, the type of shoes, the type of socks. Like, yo, he was trying to set dudes up who didn't know anything about nothing. And especially for guys who didn't have fathers. I, myself, grew up in a single parent household. I did not have a father. So within that, I can sit up there and be honest and sit up there and say at certain times, he would sit up there and say some stuff that would hit home. And I'm like, damn, I'm really offended. But I'm like, if I'm actually offended, what he's saying is obviously true. So I got to sit in that. I got to let that cook for a minute. I can't sit up there and get mad at him for stating the obvious or stating something that's there. He's just a guy that's just like talking in general. So if he's talking in general, not specifically talking about me, that's a me problem. So that's something that I got to sit there and look at, right? So I did. And this is when I started watching more and more of his videos, when he's specifically having phone calls and conversations with guys, all of these call-ins and everything like that. And the same energy that he was giving to women that people were able to see later on, he was already giving that to guys. But the problem was that a lot of the people that wanted to judge Kevin Samuels did not look at his full content. They didn't want to sit up there. They misinformed a lot of people. That's the problem. We're living in an age of misinformation, even though all the information is directly out there. So a lot of people want to be led by dumb work. They want to be led by a lot of unintelligent people. So a lot of the people that sat up there and told you to hate Kevin Samuels didn't sit up there and allow you to see his full body of work. They only showed you what he was stating to women as of now. They weren't sitting up there telling you what he was stating to guys. Matter of fact, let's just sit up there and look at that clip real quick.
I would still like to have a family. I don't want to have a single.
You have a family. You have 3 children, and you're a high school graduate.
Yes, sir.
And you've been reduced to staying at home with your children. And you came on asking questions about women. You don't need to be doing anything with women. You need to be a monk until you get your stuff together. That means some sort of profession. Because honestly, man, you're not living like a man. You're living like a woman. Effectively, you might as well be on government assistance.
Ooh, damn.
What's the most you ever made per hour?
19 an hour.
The average woman in this country black woman earns $37,000. Effectively, you're a woman.
Damn.
And I'm not joking, man. I'm not saying this to clown you, but I'm concerned that you came in talking about women. And you got 3 mouths to feed. You can't make any more babies, and you got to get someplace to where you're earning enough money, because are you on state-run child support?
No, sir. I take care of my kids.
I don't think you understand. Look, all they need to do to screw you up is one of those 2 women put you on child support. Taking care of them or not. It's a punitive measure. And then the state watches everything. So my point is, you don't need to worry about women. You need to get a profession or 2 and putting in 60 hours a week minimum. You're behind, man. You're really, really, really behind. 27 with 3 kids. So women are not on your radar. So I said, you need a roommate so you can save money. Is that your roommate?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Male or female?
Male.
Okay.
So you heard that, right? So how many times on social media have you seen women sitting up there showing you like those 5-second, maybe 1 minute or 2 minutes of Kevin Samuels just going at women, right? You got women up here still to this day, probably got pages full of that, right? Still probably going off of that old content, right? But yet they're not going to show you content like that of Kevin Samuels talking to a guy, telling him like, yo, you might be a grown man out here, but you're still a boy. You're out here and you're just going from woman to woman to woman, and you're impregnating them. You're having unprotected sex, and you're not even, you don't have anything to literally back up any of the stuff that you're doing right now. You are behind as a man because you're still living as a teenager. You're still living as a child and moving like a child. He said that the most that he is making is $19. He said, oh, I'm taking care of my kid. How are you taking care of 3 kids with $19 an hour? How? By 3, that's 3 separate households. How you doing that? You're not. You just sitting up there like buying up some stuff like here and there, and that's not really sitting up there like, yo, you're not really doing nothing. Like I said, he was letting them know what it is. Like, yo, the average woman, the average black woman is making such and such amount of money. You're making the same amount. Like, you're basically a woman. You might as well be on government assistance. And he is correct, regardless on however it is that people want to sit up there and take it. He is correct. Because as a man, you're supposed to be out here doing work. And especially if you're out here creating kids, you do not have an excuse to not have a career, to not have some type of thing that is bringing in that money to that household or to those households. If you can't do that, stop having kids. Like he said before, women shouldn't even be on your radar. And I respect the dude for not sitting up there like saying that, because he was just taking it in. He was like, damn, because this is more than likely nothing that he's ever heard of. Chances are that young dude did not even have a father in his life, because if he did, all of the things that Kevin is telling him, he would have been heard those things. So for him saying damn repeatedly, this was probably the first time that he had a guy that's older than him making him look internally and realize like, yo, you messing up. You're not where you're supposed to be in life at this moment in time. Like I said before, now, when you reverse this and you see Kevin doing the same thing to women, it's a whole bunch of mouth going off. It's a whole bunch of attitude going off. It's a whole bunch of who do you think you are? I'm this, I'm that. Like I said, you got a lot of people that don't want to be wrong, but everybody wants to be right. And too many people think that they know what is best for themselves. But if they knew what's best for themselves, their lives would be a lot better. Like I said before, and the greatest thing is always been stated. People will realize what they have when it's gone. So over time, you're going to start to see a lot of women later on sit up there and wish that they had more men out here like Kevin Samuels in stating the things that he was sitting up here stating, because again, I've showed y'all too many videos. It's going to get worse before it gets better. He was literally trying to be a barrier from things getting worse. He was trying to put accountability where accountability and responsibility needs to be put. And everybody else is like, no, we're tearing down this dam. We're tearing down these walls. We're not sitting up here doing this. We're just letting everything be where it's going to be. Like I said, and this is why when I showed y'all the clip of the young girl, she was sitting up here saying that, oh, it don't matter what my body count is. And she got 106 bodies at a young age in her early 20s. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. But like I said before, when people talk about equality and they say that they want things to be equal out here, he was one of the main people that was equal. He was he gave the same energy that and again, he started off this energy with guys. And then on top of that, even after he was doing this and he started, counseling and talking to women and all this other type of stuff, he still had dudes in the background that were paying him thousands of dollars to sit up there and coach him, give advice, teaching him how to dress and tips and all these other types of, like, he was doing a lot of things, still trying to get men directly in order. But like I said, a lot of the people that told you to hate Kevin Samuels, they wasn't telling you none of that. A lot of those people that hated Kevin Samuels, they celebrated when it is that he died. And they're still celebrating to this day. Like I said, you got a lot of people that are about chaos, and they want that chaos no matter what it destroys. And a lot of women don't understand that you got a lot of women that look just like you that want you to be in the exact same circumstances and mind frame as them. They're worse off, and they looking at you as like, oh, you can't be better than me. You can't be having a better relationship. Oh, you can't be on your way to marriage. No. We're about to destroy that, and we're both going to be sitting up here in this pot of darkness, and ain't nobody making it. But if anybody is to make it, I'm going to be the woman to make it. But like I said, a lot of women don't even understand it. A lot of women don't even understand that they got a lot of snakes around them. They got a lot of harpies around them. They don't even realize it. You got a lot of villains in your circle that's praying in your downfall, that's praying for your relationship to sit up there and fail. And Kevin Samuels touched on a lot of that shit too. But women didn't want to sit up there and listen because it's a sisterhood, yah sisterhood, and all this other type of stuff. You got a lot of women out here that's best friends with another woman, and that woman that sat up there and destroyed that woman's marriage, destroyed several relationships, and you still allow these women to sit up there and be in your circle. You still talk to them, and you still give them energy. And then you still talk to them about future relationships or future interests, knowing the fact that that woman is going to sit up there and try to intercept that and tear down whatever it is that you're trying to work on. It's crazy. It is, you know, completely crazy directly out here. It is crazy. So I can completely see that we lost quite a bit of people, because at one point we were at like 30 something. So I can only guess, you know, who was there, and I can only guess how many people are going to decide to unsubscribe. Oh, speaking of which, shout out to any and everybody who unsubscribed to me from the video that I did about the young girl, Little Miss Flint. Shout out to y'all, because again, that lets me know where people are in society at this moment in time, because I've never in my life have, in a sense, you know, done a video like this and had people unsubscribe because I'm defending a child who deserves to be defended. Again, that's crazy to me. So, you know, shout out to those who unsubscribed by way of that video and also that live stream as well. Shout out to you. You are the real MVP. You are the real champions directly out there. One of a kind. Truly, truly, truly one of a kind. Like I said, there's really no hope out here for a lot of people directly in society. And the content that I do every single day is showing me that. It is, you know, showing me that every single day. Timothy said, wait, people unsub because of, yeah. Yep. There were other videos that I've done too where I've had people unsubscribe as well too. Like I said, how many people I've had unsubscribe? As a matter of fact, let me try to go in general. In the past 30 days, I've had about I'm negative 246. So I had, you know, 246 people unsubscribe directly from the platform, either by way of live streams or videos or both. So that is where we are. That is where we are at this moment in time. So like I said before, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Like I said, it's cool with me. Everybody ain't meant to be here. So, you know, it's cool. You know, but all I'm saying is, can't nobody sit up there and tell me that I'm not, you know, putting out different stories, a variety of stories and information, irregardless on how sorry, sounds like I'm breaking apart. Nobody can sit up there and tell me that I'm not putting out stories, and I'm doing this in a sense almost at a detriment to my own channel, because certain things you're not supposed to talk about because you're going to have a problem with, you know, with YouTube. You're going to have a problem with the content being pushed, you know, directly out there. But again, like I said before, if it's a story and it's important, it should realistically be talked about, regardless on if money can be made or partially, or if money can't be made directly off of it. The whole point is putting that story directly out there so that people know, so that people are fully aware. Matter of fact, there is another video that I wanted. I got to see if I can actually find it. If anybody knows who TLC is, right? T-Boz, who is one of the members of TLC, she stated that her daughter, in a sense, had an instance. Hold on. Matter of fact, I got the video. I got you. Because again, I'm going to, you know, reiterate what I've stated before about doubling down on, you know, trying to inform women of the things that go on specifically out here when it deals with them and their safety. And this is dealing with the potentiality of sex trafficking. And again, this is what happened to a celebrity. This is what happened to, you know, her child, her daughter, right? So if celebrities ain't safe out here, and we all know who celebrities are, what does that then mean for you, right? They got all the money to protect themselves and whatnot, whatever. If they can easily get targeted, what does that then mean for you, right? So let me let her explain this. Oh, what I gotta actually take down a video. Which one we're gonna do here? We'll just remove that video. and then upload this one. So for anybody that cares, anybody that is a woman, or you have daughters out here, you have aunts specifically out here, you have grandmothers out here, please pay very close attention to, if you didn't pay any attention to any of the other parts of the video for this 1 hour and 34 minutes, please pay very close attention to what it is that T-Boz is about to say here.
I always hear about sex trafficking and stuff like that. So my daughter was just leaving the doctor's office, and when she came to the car, she had a weird thing on her windshield wiper. So instead of touching it, because when you do, they'll have some kind of drug substance on there that will make you drowsy and knock you out. Okay? So this is the thing. She looked at her surroundings. She hurried up and got in the car, drove off, went to a safe, crowded location, and took some object to knock it off. But now the concern is, now I hear they put trackers on your car. So if you have a father, brother, mail around, police station, wherever, make sure y'all check for trackers so they won't track you guys home or to the next location. Okay, what's up, y'all? Y'all always hear about...
All right, so we all heard that, right? So her daughter had the instance, and this is something that I've covered before, you know, a prior year or so before, where women were going out there and making TikToks and other videos trying to inform other women, like, hey, if you ever see like a tissue directly underneath your door handle, or you see zip ties on your car, that means that you're being tracked. That means that somebody is trying to set you up. And again, like I said before, if nobody pays attention to any of the other hour and 30 something minutes that I've basically, you know, showcased videos and said anything, please, I don't care if you got to cut out this part of the live stream to send this directly to your loved ones, to the women in your family. Do that. Like I said, I don't care. I don't even care if you cut it and then you put it up on your own platform. Do it, because this is very important information. She listed two things. She said that her daughter noticed that it was on the car. She watched her surroundings. So that means she went to the other side of the car or used another door in order to get into the vehicle so that she could drive to a location that is more crowded. So just in case anything happens, there are witnesses. She can shout and then people can come in, right? Safety. And then on top of that, she also listed that now people can use AirTags. If you don't know what AirTags are, from what I can reference in my mind, that has to do with Apple. So you can put these type of trackers directly on an item and you can track the location, right? So she's saying, like, not only can they try to drug you by your car, but even if you get away from that, they can still put a tracker directly on your car and know where it is that you live, know where it is that you're going. So they can try to set you up a whole nother way. So this is why she said it is imperative that if you got brothers, or if you got, you know, uncles or a father or whatnot or whatever, go to a mechanic, have your car searched or looked at to see if there is a tracker or whatnot directly on that car. So I just want to reiterate, for a lot of women out there that say that it is not important to have men in your life, it is not important to have men around you, this is why it is important. Most women are not going to know anything about a car. I'm just going to be real. That's not being sexist. I'm just being honest. Most women will just buy a car and that's it. The only way that a woman actually knows about a car, number one, is if her father, her brother, or a male in her family showed her anything about it. Number two is if she specifically has interest in cars. There is no third. So again, the average woman out here doesn't know a lick about a car. So again, this is why it is imperative to have men that are knowledgeable, right? To have brothers, to have fathers, to have uncles, or even just to sit up there and take it to a mechanic to have it, you know, once or twice over, just to check and see. Because a woman wouldn't sit up there and know where to look to see if a tracker is there, because a car has a lot of spaces. But a mechanic can sit up there and tell you, like, yo, where's a place that somebody would potentially put a tracker that you wouldn't have to worry about it falling off? Like I said, I cover a variety of information. I cover a variety of stories. Again, some stuff that I put directly out there, it might be whatever. Other stuff like this is very much important. Y'all got moms out here. Y'all got aunts. Y'all got sisters, y'all got stepsisters, y'all got girlfriends, fiancés, wives, grandmothers. Y'all might even have female coworkers. However it basically works, you got a woman somewhere there in and around your life. It is imperative that you inform them and let them know that these are the things that are specifically happening. Don't just go outside out of your door and think everything is sweet, because it ain't. And this is why I did a live stream previous about 3 to 4, I think, days or whatever ago, where I sat up there and said that women are very bad at looking at their surroundings. And I mean that. Because on an average day, if I go outside right now, I can sit up there and look at a lot of women that are just going to and from their car. They're not looking to see who is moving about, who might be sitting directly in a car. They don't even know how long. I'm to the point where if I'm inside of my residence, I can tell you whose car is cutting on without even looking outside of the house. I can tell you if somebody is outside of the house, or if somebody is passing by, or if somebody is stationary. Like I said, a lot of women, if they're inside their homes, that's not stuff that women normally pay attention to. Women are paying attention to whatever, other stuff that normally women pay attention to. The things that I just told you, these are the things that guys normally pay attention to. Because we might not have nobody out there that's specifically after us, but it's like, we still gotta, stuff is still uncertain. Somebody might be, watching. Somebody might be casing. You might have somebody like out in your driveway and it's like, I didn't do Uber Eats, Lyft, or DoorDash. Who is this in my driveway? It's like, you need to move around. Like, this ain't no place for you to be. Somebody might be parked a little bit too long, just sitting out in a car, parked a little bit too long outside it. You need to move around. Like, you ain't even from this area. What you doing here? You don't even live here. Right? Like I said, there's a lot of things that transpire around women and they're not even aware of it. And like I said, as a guy, I sit up there, I watch and I look. And again, you got a lot of women out here that are always on social media, being out in public. They're always on their cell phone, being out in public. And I'm always seeing women with purses or they got book bags that might be partially open. I'm like, some of y'all just going to get got. I'm like, I don't understand. Like, it's not that difficult to be aware of your surroundings. If you actually love and care about yourself, you need to make sure as a woman that you are aware of your surroundings. You know who is around you and who is moving. I ain't saying that you got to memorize faces, but like, you really got to be watching. You got to be looking. Because if you're like that as a woman, it's going to be worse when you have kids. Because now you got a full-fledged distraction that you got to keep track of. So you really not going to be having your head on a swivel and looking at who's around you. Like I said, again, I say stuff because I care, and I don't want stuff to sit up there and happen to people. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. Let me see. The boulder said probably better to not drive that car and just leave it somewhere. That's a lot of spots. You can hide a tracker on a car even when you can't get inside. Yeah, it is. It is. Tiffany said, what did I miss? Everything. That is going to be my response every time. Tiffany, you missed everything. Some of the videos I took down around, I think it was about three of them. Because I had to share the screen to go over a Keith Lee story. And then I had to, put some other videos directly up there and whatnot. But what's up, Tippy? How are you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Wait, is it morning still? Yeah, it's 8:25. Yeah, we good. Ali said you have a 2-bedroom apartment, get a roommate, or find a cheaper place to live. I mean, well, technically, Ali, well, I'm not sure if you might be from, I'm just looking at the name. Not sure if you might be from America or not, but it was about last year they were talking about how rent everywhere on average is pretty much either at or closing into about $2,000. So it's like, oh, matter of fact, I got you. You're referring to Ali is back at the previous video with the lady who was stating that, you know, things are too hard, like her basically working and different stuff like that. Okay. I had to realize where Ollie was at the moment in time. Tippy said it's 5:26 here. Snooze. Well, that's because you was up playing The Sims, Tippy. I don't know what to tell you. Get off The Sims. But we've been streaming up here for about an hour 43, about an hour 44 minutes. Sonny said trackers on passenger side of your children's ride trying to follow me. Yeah. Oh, you talking about you going through I don't want no scrubs. I got you. It took me a minute to sit there and like catch that. Took me a minute. But let me just go through real quick and give a shout out. So again, shout out to DSA1, Rachel, Pink, RJ, Sonny, Gail, Christopher, Russell. Who else we got up in here? The Boldair, Elaine, Ollie. Who else we got? We got Mr. Lone Wolf in the building as well. We got DC Precise. We got Black to Black. Who else? Who else we got up in here? We got Cody. What is up? What is up? We got Lamiko. What is up, brother? What's going on? Timothy. I think I might have said you already. Tippy, and I think that's it. That is it. Was there another video that I wanted to actually? I think I do have. I got to get rid of some of the previous videos. I think I do have 2 more videos that I'm trying to. I don't think I went over these videos with you guys in a previous live stream, so I'm going to put these directly up here. Let me see here. Yeah. I did want to sit up there and showcase some of these. This is ridiculous. Mo said, "Yo, Mo, what is up? What is up?" You said, "Have I?" Oh, Pink, you say you sent. Okay, I got you. And I'm going to make sure. I'm going to do it during this live stream because I got a habit of like, all right, I'm about to sit up there and go to what Pink sent, and then I'm like, all right, guys, that's the end. So I got you. I'm keeping on task. Mo said, "Have you seen the interview with Big Rambo's girlfriend?" I don't. I might not even know who that is. Let me see. Let me see. And if you're just trying to type it into Twitter real quick. And I ain't getting nothing at this moment. So I might have to, I guess, try to like look that up on Oh, you talking about the dude in the hostage situation. Okay. Yeah, I'm sitting up here looking at the clip. Yeah. No, I ain't seen that yet, but I'll sit up there. I'll look it up though. That's crazy. That is crazy. But we gonna look at some foolishness real quick. Like I said, I get we're in a day and age where people are, just trying to, make money. And like I said, I get it. Somebody had once said that we're in a stage where parents are just using their kids to make money. And like I said, it's cool. Like he's with, the same woman, dude is like with his kids and whatnot. That's cool. That's great, whatnot or whatever. But like doing stuff like this I ain't never seen no foolishness like this in my life. Like this is just it's so many things on top of being unsanitary. Like I said, I'm not trying to have a culture of just people going out and doing stuff like this just for like clicks and all this. Like it's crazy. But let's look at this.
When your kids say they hungry in the store, you gotta feed them. You gotta stop and you gotta feed them. Because one thing about me, when I'm hungry, you gonna make sure you eat. You gotta eat. Ain't that right? So when y'all hear y'all kids crying You just stop.
Yo, what's up, Outlaw?
Take a break. And get them a snack. It's the only way to get them to shut up. That's it. It's simple.
Y'all see they quiet as a beat.
Hey, quiet. It's okay to take a break, y'all.
Look, Batman, he happy.
It's okay. It's better than listen to y'all kids cry. And to the people that want to see the kids, here they are.
Y'all always asking about the kids. Here they are.
Like, this is ridiculous. Like, what are we doing out here? What are we doing out here? Like, you're pouring chips out, like you're opening items and you're eating it. Like I said, I don't know I'm guessing, I'm going to assume that they already paid for the items and then they just decided to come right back into the store and then just like set up shop in the aisle and do this. This is why you see like the father, he's sitting up there looking down the aisle real quick as he's eating because he know he ain't supposed to be doing that. It's like you doing stuff that you ain't supposed to be doing. Like, why are you doing this? And then on top of that, you're eating off the floor. That is a floor of which every thousands of bodies have walked on. You don't know when that's been clean, even if it has been clean. It ain't nothing sanitary about what it is that I'm seeing this dude sitting up here doing in front of these kids. Nothing at all. Like I said, it's cool. It's great. You with the woman that you created kids with. You got the kids with you. That's great. That is awesome. That is cool. This ain't it. This is just not it. Like, yo, like I said, like everything is not like great content. It's just not. Like I said, like he'll end up getting like a lot of like looks directly at this because this is foolishness. So if he's just trying to sit up there and get views off of foolishness, he did that. He did that. Like I said, you done seen quite a few times he threw those chips on the floor, but he made sure not to actually eat the chips that were clear cut touching the floor. He got every other chip but those. He even went back in the bag and started eating some chips. Like I said, that's how you know like the foolishness is just straight foolishness. Like I said, ain't nothing that serious. You're not going to sit up there and tell me like, yeah, kids getting on my nerves. All right, we're going to take a break and we're about to sit up there and like make a full course meal directly in the aisle and set up shop. Nah, who the hell doing that? Who doing that? And then on top of that, like, bro, you're pouring all of these chips on the floor. You ain't about to be cleaning that up. Let me just say this. I'm just going to say this from my perspective, right? Because I've worked in like customer service and stuff like that, and I appreciate the work that people do and I understand how hard it is. A lot of times, if I've ever made a mess up in a store, I'm quick. I'm like, yo, I am so sorry. I'm very apologetic. And I'm like, yo, just hand me a broom or something. I'll sit up there and clean this up because I made this mess. Like I said, I'm responsible. I brought whatever it is in the store. I made a mistake and spilled it. I ain't about to have nobody clean up my mess because that ain't your job. That ain't what you get paid to do. You do get paid to keep up with the store, but you don't get paid to clean up customers' messes. So I'm like, yo, let me get a broom or a mop something real quick. I say that repeatedly, but I know, they more than likely can't do it because that'll be a bad look towards them and then they'll get scolded. So I get that, but I just try to make sure to let them know like, yo, I'm very apologetic. I did not mean to sit up there and do this. This is not meant to make your job harder. This shit right here was meant to make somebody's job harder. Because now somebody else has to sit up there and clean up this trash that's on the floor because somebody wanted to make a TikTok so they can sit up there and make some money. Like, yo, this is crazy. Like, go do that outside. Go do that on the sidewalk. You talking about you need to take a break with the kids. Go do that on the sidewalk. Go open up the bag of chips out there, in the wilderness or whatever, and go eat right there. Why you got to sit up there and do this in the store? Like, you're blocking a whole aisleway with your family. Like, this is not your store. You don't own this store. You don't have a stake in any of the stocks of this store. You didn't build the store, nor do you even own the land. Why are you sitting up there taking up space in the aisle of some of which you don't own? You just shop there. That's it. Like, that is crazy. Like I said, I'm just guessing. I'm assuming that they paid for it. Yo, what is up, Officer Haku? What's up, Susan Butler? Said embarrassing, just insane. DC said, man, get your bum ass off the floor in the store security. Black to Black said he asked him to go to jail if he ain't paid for that yet. Yo, Jug, what is up? What is up? Said he's advertising for CPS to look. Like I said, it is what it is. I don't know specifically how CPS in a sense works specifically, or what they consider, is an issue for them to look into. Hey, it is what it is. I ain't nothing I can sit up there and do for people. Like I said, some people put themselves in certain situations. Sonny said high speed chasing, daughter's yard tracker stuck in the mirrors. This man still going with the TLC song. DC said, nah, if a rent-a-cop came over there with a flashlight and a taser, you wouldn't be munching on no chips. No, it would be a whole different video. And then people on social media be like, man, it ain't even that serious. He didn't have to do this or that. They could have just asked him kindly to get up. How about not doing shit so there wouldn't be an initial reaction or response to your foolishness? How about that? How about actually taking some responsibility for yourself? How about that one? Like I said, because it gets to a certain point in time on social media where people advocate for stupidity and give justification for stupidity by saying that, oh, it just wasn't that serious. No, it is. If people actually got to respond to your foolishness, it is that serious. It's that simple. It's no ifs, ands, or buts. Like, just don't do stupid stuff. If you don't do stupid stuff, then stupid stuff won't happen. Tippy said this is stupid. Sonny said, closing laugh staff. He said, wait, what's on his feet? Yeah, I don't know what type of shoes those are. I guess they're comfortable. Pink said, I had a Parks Department employee thank me for picking up after my dog when she told me that most people leave their dog messes there. I felt, yeah, a lot of people are disrespectful. A lot of, like I said, I'm going to go to this extent. If you can't sit up there and manage a pet, you can't manage kids. I'm just going to put it like that. Because I've seen a lot of people that got kids out here, like in the world, they can't even manage their kids. And then they end up getting a pet. They can't even manage the pet. And I'm like, how does that work? I'm like, you got your badass kids running all around and doing whatnot or whatever and all this other type of stuff. And then you want to give the excuse of, oh, that's just them. They'll grow out of it. Kids are just kids. Nah, they're going to grow into bigger kids. It's going to do more, bigger, and badder stuff. That's all that is. It's the same thing when you got a pet. When you decide to have a pet and then you don't do nothing to train it, that dog is going to grow, that puppy is going to grow into a larger puppy, and now they're going to be peeing all over the floor and the carpet, and they're going to be, taking dumps all over the house. I'm like, yo, that like I said before, hey, sometimes I don't know. Like I said, we're just living in a society where social media and stuff, it's all about the content. It is specifically all about the content. All about the content. Oh, I can't play that video. I'm so glad I didn't click on that one. I had to sit up there and remind myself. So this one is a pretty interesting video right here. So if you don't know who this woman is, she originally did a video where she cooked this one guy who made a comment about her, and he had on like some braids. The dude's car was busted. His clothes were busted. He was ashy. Like, she literally went through. She was like, is that you, Jay? Like, she tore that dude apart. So now we're at a whole nother instance where she is at a point where she's fed up dealing with certain people like in the family. And the same way that she cooked strangers online, now she got to sit up there and cook people that she actually knows. So let's just sit up there and take a look directly at this and listen.
This woman behind me just so happens to be my biological father's wife. And for some reason, she got bored yesterday and decided to send me this message. Clown emoji, you're so fake. And since my deadbeat biological father has me blocked on social media, I figured I'd address this publicly. Imagine being so bothered by your husband's biological daughter whom you've never met in real life. And since we're on the subject of fake, we can start with your breast. They're fake. We can start with your life because it's fake. Me and this woman are the exact same age, and I let her know that the first time she decided to disrespect me unprovoked. This woman has 4 different baby daddies from 4 different men and had no choice but to settle for my 50-plus-year-old father because none of them wanted to marry her. She decided to be a sugar baby to a sugar daddy that didn't have any sugar to give her, so she had to move him in her house because my biological father is not only a deadbeat, but he's broke. You claim to be a woman of God, but you're married to a reverend who is known for abandoning his children just so that he can take care of yours. After meeting you in a strip club and marrying you, making you his 3rd wife, that's the exact same age of his eldest daughter. Now, I told you to drop the Addy a long time ago, and you didn't, but you can jump in my DMs. Tell my father I said hello.
Ooh, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Wow. Wow. No, Stern, let me tell you, that woman, oh man, she's a comedian. Let me tell you something, dear God. I feel sorry. Whoever gets into a relationship with this woman, never do anything wrong. Never do anything wrong. Because the amount of grilling that is going to happen, dear God. Ooh, if I had stupid money to just sit up there and donate to that woman just off of that one video, I'll be sitting up there like donating stupid money. Because that right there, oh my gosh, she grilled both that woman and her father. It's like that man is a deadbeat, been married 3 times, and ain't take care of nothing. And then the woman is the same age as her, and she got 4 baby daddies. Wow. And she sat up there and said that you wanted to be a sugar baby married to a sugar daddy who ain't got no sugar to give. Damn. Jesus Christ. Ooh. She's good. Dear God, she is good. That woman is gold. That woman right there, she is sweet mother of Christ. Woo, that man got cooked. And she also put his face directly up there. Hold on, let me go back. She left that up there for like some seconds. Lord, so your name is John Young? Wow, and you're a pastor? EmpoweredBelievers.org? Virginia Beach, Virginia? This is you, guy? You got Acts 1:8 in the background? Oh man, you got fried. You married 3 times? 3 times? 1 is enough. 2, you're just tempting fate. And 3 is just, what the fuck are you doing? It's like you trying to be Steve Harvey out here. Like, this is insane. And then you're a deadbeat? Wow. And the craziest part is, now this is the craziest part. This is like on some Karl Malone. If y'all don't know who Karl Malone is, Karl Malone from the Utah Jazz. If you don't know who Karl Malone is a dude that used to play in the NBA, and his daughter basically got a ring before he did. So, which is crazy. So, this dude, let me. I'm just trying to just trying to rearrange this in my mind right now. So you mean to tell me that you're a pastor and you're broke and you're a deadbeat, married 3 times, and then you're married to a woman who got 4 kids by 4 other guys, and then you're broke, but your daughter, who you ain't never been in a life of, is more successful and well-known than you? Damn, you have failed all around as a man. You have failed. You have 100% failed, my good sir. You might want to throw in the towel. It is it. Just quit being a pastor, be a busboy somewhere, start sweeping, like start doing something, because obviously the life of God ain't for you. Because you ain't got no blessings. You got nothing but straight, I don't even know what to call it, but blessings ain't it. Because if God is supposed to teach people lessons, this is a pastor that ain't listening. And if he ain't listening to what it is that God is showing him, I'm not sure how it is that he has a flock and how he's even preaching to anybody. Anybody who follows suit with this pastor here, it's curtains for you. He is going to lead you to the road to hell. That's what's going to happen. It's she's good. She's good. I'm going to have to make sure to get look back at her TikTok. I got to make sure and try to save some of those videos that she got, because I can't follow people on TikTok, because I showed y'all before in the live stream that TikTok doesn't allow me to follow people. It just unfollows me for whatever reason. So I guess that's my TikTok ban on social media. So I gotta just save a few videos so I can keep track of her content. She is hilarious. She is hilarious. I'm not even sure if we can even properly see her name. I think it's right there, but it's still hard to even see directly right there. She said this woman's breasts are fake. Damn. So who paid for those? That's sort of who paid for those? Because if the dude is broke, who paid for those? That's what I want to know. She could have went on in the hair too, because her hair is that's not hers. That is not hers. Because I can obviously tell that she got those bangs there to hide her forehead. And I'm like, yeah, baby hairs don't be looking like that, coach. That's not how that be running. Those are some extravagant baby hairs there, because the forehead game there is unique. Let me tell you, it's a bright future right there. Sunroof style. Dropping down the top. Selling the streets. Shout out to Usher. But yeah, it's crazy out here. That forehead game is out there. Like, people talked about Rihanna. This woman, she got it. She got it. You can see the past, present, and the future. It is there. That is a brand new Samsung flat screen directly in front of your face. Curved. It's it is there. Let me tell you, it is there. It is there. All right. So let me stop laughing at my own jokes and go directly to IG, because I did say that I was gonna go to the videos that Pink had sent. Hopefully I can actually show those off, because sometimes I can't really put those up there. So we will see the selection of videos we got for today. Let me see, trying to wait for IG to populate, which it is. All right, there we go.
Serving on a trial. Today, DeAndre Somerville came to court on time. The 21-year-old apologizing to the judge after he says he overslept, missing his first day serving on a jury. Somerville, who had never been arrested, now...
Hold on, I ain't never seen that before in my life. So you got a young black kid. They said a juror who says that he overslept was sentenced to spend 10 days in jail. That's insane. That is I ain't never heard of that ever. I might have to do a story about that. I don't even care if it's an old story. That's just, for me, that's insane. Like that is uniquely insane. And of course the young dude is black. And he was actually in front of the judge, letting him know, like, hey, judge, I apologize. I overslept. This is my first time I ever do anything. Got sentenced to 10 days. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. That is 100%. I ain't never seen no stuff like that. And he actually came there to apologize to the judge and got sentenced to serve. That's crazy, for 10 days. Like, people don't even know the type of stuff that actually be happening in jails. I actually got a story talking about a grandfather and how it was. So let me just get y'all the gist of the story. So you got a grandfather. I think, matter of fact, let me see if I can put up the image real quick, because I probably had this up there for y'all a little bit later on today, because I think I got a few other videos as well. Let me see if I can find the image. Yeah, there we go. So this is what it is. And this title is not a lie, right? It says a 61-year-old grandfather was ganged, right, upon in jail because of a false positive by facial recognition technology. Just imagine that. Just imagine your grandfather, right, taking a vacation to California and then deciding that, okay, I need to come back to, my hometown, so I can get my license and stuff, straightened out. You come back to get your stuff straightened out, all for an officer to arrest you and say that you got a warrant out for your arrest because we identified you as a robber of this supposed store. Just for them to corroborate and find out later that, okay, his story checks out, he's not actually the person. Just to have your grandfather in jail getting ganged on by a group of men at Shake Point. Like I said, and I can't even sit up there and tell y'all, like I said, that man is never going to be the same. That man is never, ever, 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 ever going to, out of all of the life that he has walked and all of the things at 61 years old that he's made it through, 2024 is when it was just like, all right, we're going to hand you this. Made it through all of these other types of things. Probably seen like some parts of the Black Panthers, maybe some civil rights type stuff. Seen a lot of stuff. All to end up to have this happen to you. Bro, I'm coming after everybody. I am coming after everybody that was a part of anything. And then on top of that, I like the names. The thing that I feel so sorry about is that his name is specifically out there. I would have liked that they would have just called him John Doe. I would have liked that they didn't specifically put his name out there, because when it deals with stories like this, I really feel that people deserve anonymity. They deserve to have their identity hidden, because this is a very embarrassing and humiliating thing to have take place. And to have the story just be out there is humiliating enough, and you got to relive it. But then for everybody to know your name and to now associate their story with you, it's like, damn. It's like, how do you now move in life? How do you now go out in public? How do you now conduct yourself? Right? Any way that this man was sitting up here moving in life, he is no longer moving like that anymore. There is probably not at any point he's ever going to sit up there and feel safe. I would sit up there and say, like, whoever those men were, yo, their names need to be known. The CEOs that was working at jail too, their names need to be out there too, so that the families can be embarrassed. Put all the families of those inmates, put all of their names directly out there. Like I said, put everybody out there on Front Street. If this man is meant to live with this type of humiliation and abuse for the rest of his life, everybody else needs to have a type of humiliation going on. Everybody needs to be put directly on Front Street. I'm like, yo, I don't even care if, obviously these are offenders because they did this to a man. If they did this, the family also knows what it is that those men also do as well too. I don't even care if the family ain't even associated with the bad deeds that those men did. I want them to get the blame for that too, because I'll be damned. I'll be damned. Like I said, if his name is going to be out there, put everybody's name out there. Put the judge's name, put the lawyer's name, the DA, the CO, whoever owns the jail or the prison, whatever it is. Put the inmate's name, put the inmates, the family of the inmates directly out there, their baby mamas, whoever. Everybody that's associated with those inmates, put them all out there. Because chances are very great, those same violent offenders, they're going to get released pretty soon. So what's the use of giving them any type of privacy or anonymity when they're out here committing acts like this, like savages in jail? Straight savages. If they're willing to do that in jail, what do you think that they're going to sit up there and do when they get out? Like I said, put their names out there. Put their names out there. Like, that's ridiculous. Okay, Mo said he stated that he's telling his story for awareness. All right, if that is what he's doing, hey, more power to him. More power to him. More power to him. But like I said, that's just for me. That's insane. That like man, I can't even sit up there, man. I can't even still. And I did that story probably. I recorded that story probably like a day or so ago, and like I said, like just even trying to get words together. It's like, damn. It's like, what do you really say to somebody who had to sit up there and go through and deal with a situation like that? Like, what do you tell them? Can't tell them nothing. It ain't nothing that you can sit up there and tell them to make them, feel okay, to make them feel that everything is all right. Ain't nothing you can sit up there and tell them. Like I said, that is insane. Let me see if I can get this. Oh, I forgot what I should have went to. I should have went to the try to get the screen directly up there. Yeah, I got a few stories in the background waiting for y'all that I am going to upload. I'm just waiting to see if I can catch this video. More likely I can't catch it using this. I got to do this a different way. All right, there we go. Give it a few seconds. Ready? You got to be kidding me. It's taking a while to even just try to get this video real quick. What's happening? That one is still down. Let me look at this one. Try to get this for y'all real quick. All right. Oh yeah, I saw. Yeah. I saw this, and this was. I saw this video. We're gonna watch this real quick, and I just want to reiterate. This is, not any. I gotta take down one of these videos real quick. Remove, and put the video right there.
Burden of how.
All right. So I just want to reiterate just to specify here. At no point in time does Seji hate or have any type of hatred for anybody of the LGBT or coalition and community or anything like that. Nor is this video used to try to spread any type of hate or anything like that at all online, or trying to cause any type of unsettling feelings or security issues. This video is just simply used to make awareness and to as a conversation piece to question the logic of certain people. So let's take a listen after that disclaimer.
I hate the burden of having to talk about my transness on the first or even the second date.
Wow. You would let me take you out twice.
Well, this is ideal.
Right. And not say, just so you know.
If we met out and about, yeah, I'm more likely to hold off longer. Now, online, if I'm like on an app or something, I put it in my profiles. Like, I don't play that game.
No, but if I met you at a bar, restaurant, whatever, Raquel's so beautiful, can I take you out? Sure.
It varies, but I'm not going to be like, can you take me out? Sure. Oh, by the way, I'm trans. Like, I might do that, but I don't feel obligated to do that all the time.
It's interesting that you say you don't feel obligated.
As a guy, as Mo stated, this is deception. For you to be a person and you know exactly who it is that you are, to not be forthcoming and wanting to tell somebody the truth is very deceptive. you're carrying this along and allowing the person to, in a sense, get a type of attachment, specifically to you emotionally. And it's deception because you're doing it long enough in hopes that the person would be like, you know what? I actually just like this person because they're a person, and regardless of whatever else, that is possibly there, we're going to basically, further along, see how this goes. Because I want people to understand, nowhere in there did this person state that, hey, I'm doing this for my safety. I'm not specifically being forthcoming on a date because safety reasons, because I'm in fear of my life. None of those things came up in that part at all. In that part of the clip, none of those things came up. They could have easily stated that. Some people would state that, oh, well, that is a valid reason, whatnot, or whatever. If that is the case, then it should be stated before you even get to the dating stage, because usually you have to send text messages, you got to send DMs or whatever back and forth. So during that time of the text message, hey, you might want to introduce and say that, hey, before you get attached, before this goes a little bit too long, before emotions get a little bit too entangled, this is who I am. You can, either accept that or you cannot accept it. I don't like the ability of somebody having the ability of taking away their choice to either be with or be not with. That's wrong all across the board. Nobody should have the option to do that. Like I said, everybody needs to be on the same page when everything is happening, right? If people are always saying that, things need to be consensual, like when it deals with men and women, things need to be consensual. In this instance, everything needs to be consensual. Everything needs to be put directly out there on the table so that everybody can make a adult decision for themselves. Again, whatever it is that people want to sit up there and be, more power to you. It is what it is. That's cool. That's great. All I'm sitting up there saying is that you, as another whole human being, do not have the right to take the ability to choose or make a decision away from another human being. You don't have the right to do that. That is deception at its finest. That just should not be something, that should be placed everywhere as an option or thing that people, are able to do. That's something. It's crazy. It is, like I said, we're living in a whole brand new world directly out here. Brand new world. Let me see. I think I did see this directly online as well too, and we're about to look directly at this. Let me see. I think. Wait, did I go back here? Where did I go to get the what's the name earlier? Didn't I have? I might have closed out that screen. Okay, let me go back there. All right, so let me download this one directly for you guys as well. Let's just snatch this real quick. So we're about to look at some old time music, guys. We're about to take it back. I'm taking it. They got to be Mormon. These people here, they have to be Mormon. Hold on, I think they are, because I'm looking at the clothes and everything, Simple Life and whatnot. So let's take a look.
And we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun. We've no rest days to sing God's praise. Then when we first begun.
Well, I don't know what to tell y'all. I'm just trying to look at that kid. I'm trying to see whose kid is that kid potentially. I'm just trying to figure some stuff out. But this is looking real crazy. I'm like, where did they find you at? Like, where did they just pick you up from? And they were like, you know what, you're a part of this family now. Like, this is looking like some early 1900s, type of stuff right here. And I don't know what to even tell people at this moment in time how this even happened. I don't know if she's adopted, if she's actually a part of the family, if she's married into the family. I don't know what specifically happened here, but this is something. This is really, really something here. I got a lot of questions, and I promise you, I am not going to get any type of answers, when it deals with that. We're not going to get any type of answers at all, even though it's over. It's over. Oh yeah, there's another video. I gotta sit up there and show y'all that. That was also sent through. Let me see something real quick. Like, this is like, some of this stuff is just crazy how people move about out here. And this is why I tell people before, like, you got to be very careful of the places that you go and who it is that you specifically get food from. This was a video that Pink has sent previously. And, just in case if anybody got a weak stomach, you might want to, just put down your food for a brief second, right? So we're going to do that. Let me just get rid of this. And then let me put this video up here for you guys. Like I said, this is crazy. Right? So I want y'all to understand, right? So you're seeing this dude, right? On the streets. He got his drinks, right? I'm going to slow roll this for y'all real quick, right? So you see him, he got his drinks, right? He got his little drink machine directly right there, whatever that might be, like lime or something like that. And you see that dude digging for gold, digging. Like he is deep in there, deep in the Middle East, digging for gold. And then he takes that same hand, right? Right? So he already smelled his hand. He knows there's probably something there. And then he proceeds to put that hand directly in the drink. Hold on, let me just roll that back. Just roll that back. Let's look at the unsanitary conditions that we have here, right? We got somebody digging for gold up their butt. And number one, they're already sagging, even though they already have pants. Number two, this person is working on the streets, don't have no type of gloves or anything like that at all. So that means that if they go to the bathroom, how are they washing their hands? And is their hands even actually clean? And then you just sit up there and keep going. He decides to smell it. He was like, you know what? I feel something a little bit grainy. I might smell a little bit of that chili, some of that corn on the cob that I might have had. Maybe it might be a little bit of a sriracha that might be on the tips of my fingers. I did have something spicy last night, right? Maybe some tacos, steak tacos, right? And then he proceeds to wipe it off a little bit on his pants, on his shorts. And then he proceeds to dip that same exact nasty ass hand in the drink that he is going to serve to people on the streets. He just wafted around and he made sure to look around and was like, let me, this is for the fishies directly out there. Got some little sprinkles directly in there, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of seasoning, throw some little bit of poop rocks in there, some dingleberries. And, he just proceeded to, mix it in there. Right. And then he's cleaning his nails because obviously, some brown stuff there. And then he's pouring, what is that? What are you pouring in there, sir? I don't even know what that is. I'm a little bit confused. Hold on. Let me see that. Right. So you're trying to clean your nails. And then is that a potential lime or something that you're squirting in there? I don't even know what that is. Like I said, this is how people get sick. This is how people get sick. And I want y'all to understand, there's other videos like this when it deals with vendors. This is what's going to mess it up for a lot of, you know what? Gee, golly gosh, guys. I just realized I have a video that I did want to go over very quickly. And it has to do with something that was referenced and talked about before. Like, I just got hyped just sitting up there thinking about it. Let me go and get this real quick. because we're going to look at this, and this is when I sat up there and told people are not going to understand. They're going to miss what they got when it's gone. And I try to tell people before, it's like, yo, the things that you do, the way that you act, and you working in fast food, no problem. You are easily replaceable, and ain't nobody believe it. This is going to be another story that I'll do for a solo video, but this fits right in line with what it is that I just showed you guys. So let me just give y'all that clip. Let me just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so let me take out this video here. So let's just pay attention to this. And like I said, keep in mind what it is that this dude did with his dingleberries and that lime drink directly up there. That's probably pretty tart.
Fully autonomous AI-powered restaurant has opened, complete with burger flipping bots. We sent CBS's Joy Benedict on a taste test.
Flippy the chef makes Spud spectacular. This automated grill gives the meat its sizzle as this restaurant goes robotic.
For this burger, it would take about 120 seconds.
Cali Express by Flippy is the world's first AI-powered eatery. There's new technology outside the kitchen, too. A cheeseburger. Order kiosks use facial recognition to remember you, your favorite food, and how you like to pay. Then watch the robots work. No humans required.
We can't get enough people to come out to work on fryers and grills and their dangerous jobs. And this automation helps solve a lot of those issues.
62% of restaurants report being understaffed. Industry experts say most of those unfilled jobs could be done by robots.
So let's just freeze it right there, right? So you had a lot of people that complained, because I remember when people were fighting for the minimum wage to go up for fast food, like first it was 12, then it was 15, then it was 20, next is probably going to be 25. And I'm not sure if people realize that there's been a lot of layoffs that have happened in a variety of industries. So yeah, people can sit up there and win it, and it, you know, people did get more money for flipping burgers at fast foods. But now what jobs are going to do is like, you know what, we don't really need you right now. We're just going to have robotics. And this is what I'm going to sit up there and state. Again, I'm a futurist. I don't got no problem with this, because I don't have to worry about somebody messing up or messing around with my food. I don't have to worry about hepatitis A coming directly from my food. I don't have to worry about somebody potentially blowing boogers or scratching a butt and then deciding to flip the burger. I don't got to worry about somebody behind the scenes having an attitude and then they want to sit up there and give me an all around the house burger, which is them basically dropping a patty and flipping it on the floor and then throwing it directly on the grill and then adding some of their hair and all this other. Like you got people that done a lot of nasty stuff in fast food. So again, I told people before, a lot of the stuff that people do is going to add up. It is unfair that the overwhelming majority of people will be affected by this, but it is what it is. The moment in time that the overwhelming majority don't call out the bad behavior of those that they work with or know, everybody's going to be affected. So now you're going to look at everybody being affected. So yay, everybody ended up getting that fast food pay increase. And then it's going to be like, no, now people are getting fired. Now they're not going to be hiring as many because their excuse is going to be like, well, a lot of people didn't really want to work. When we want people to work, they don't really want to come in. So we're going to have robots do it. And you're able to see that they got a fully autonomous fast food business with very little to no workers. So let me go back to what I was telling y'all for like the last 2+ years. This is why it is very good for if you as an adult, or even if you don't want to do it as an adult, make sure your kids know about cybernetics. Make sure they know about robotics. Make sure they know about coding, because you might not want to sit up there and go out there and do it or worry about it, but those kids are going to have to sit up there and deal with what it is that you can't face. So you might as well set them up for the future that you're not ready or can't even deal with. Because as a parent, you got a responsibility to make sure that your kids are competent to be able to compete with the future that is AI, that is robotics. Because as we start going on by the 5, 10, 15, 20 years, 25 years, you're going to start to see a transition. Just like how we saw a transition in the early 2000s of a lot of American jobs going overseas, and it started at 5%. Guess what? You started to see the exact same thing happen again in the work industry. And now it's going to transfer from that other thing to now you're going to start to see 5% of jobs being done by robots, 15% of jobs. It's going to go higher and way quicker because computers advance every single day, every single month, every single year. Brand new parts, brand new processors. They're able to think and move faster than they ever were before. You got computers building themselves. So like I said before, I would rather deal with this. My order is going to be straight. My food is going to be hot. It's going to be pretty much in a timely manner. I don't got to worry about somebody trying to get out of their car in the drive-thru and get into a fight. I would love to see somebody get out of their car to try to fight a robot. I would love to sit up there and see it. And that would be the last time that you ever see a human being try to fight a robot. Like I said, a lot of people bring this on themselves. So if anybody is worried or anybody is mad about this being a potentiality, taking over other industries, you better start calling out a lot of those workers. You better start putting them out on Front Street because businesses are going to be like, yo, we got to pay y'all more. So we're going to start cutting costs. And when they start cutting costs, they're going to start sitting up there cutting your job. That's what UPS just did. Remember, they sat up there and upped the salaries of the drivers. And now UPS just sat up there and laid off people. And they said that, oh, this is going to save us $1 billion. Yeah, that's where all of that new money is going to come from those drivers that got the increase in pay. Your job, gone, in the garbage, trash. Like I said, a lot of people not going to understand what they got up until it's gone. They're not going to miss it up until it's gone. And this is the start. This is the start.
And in California, where the minimum wage for most fast food workers will soon be $20 an hour. Fewer workers equals cost savings. Dan Ives is with Wedbush Securities, a wealth management firm.
Once the minimum wage went to 20, that's the bell going off. More and more focus on spending on AI. Because look, that's inflationary. That's the problem. You can't necessarily pass all that to the consumer.
Flippy can cook 200.
Hold on, let me roll that back real quick. Let me refer back to what I was talking about before. That man is making that pizza without gloves, right? Making that pizza without gloves, right? Where was his hands like previously? What was he touching? Do we have a potentiality for cross-contamination? Do we not have a potentiality for foodborne illnesses? How do we know that his fingernails are clean? How do we know, when he went to the bathroom, did he actually wash his hands? Like I said before, this is what I'm talking about. Go. And I gave y'all live streams before where I sat up there and referenced that you had businesses where they had hepatitis outbreaks because of one worker. One worker who sat up there and had it, who was unclean, decided to sit up there and make food for people. And now you got hundreds, if not thousands of people sick. Stuff like that gets businesses shut down. Why would I, as a franchisee or an owner of a business, why would I want to sit up there and tempt fate with a dirty worker? It don't matter if everybody else ain't like that. All it takes is one to sit up there and mess it up. So am I going to decide to sit up there and lose money because of the potentiality of one worker deciding to be sick or have some type of illness and serving food? Or would I rather sit up there and save my bank account, my business, and my sanity by sitting up there placing robots in my business? I'm placing robots. It ain't worth it. I'm not about to be at fault in trying to pay for people's medical and health bills and hospital stays. I'm not about to be at fault because some human made a technical error and now somebody is deceased in the ground. No, because human error is an actual thing. So, like I said before, I'd rather deal with the effect of it's a blackout or an electrical short happened, so the restaurant is down. I'd rather deal with that than have it on my conscience that somebody is deathly ill in the hospital because they ate at my restaurant and human error was involved, and why it is that seafood or peanuts or whatever was given to a person that's deadly allergic to those things. Like I said, people gotta weigh the benefits. People gotta weigh the cost. And that's what a lot of these industries are doing at this moment in time. It's too much human error. It's too much loss of money. It's too many people saying that they want to work, but they don't want to work for that price. So you need to give them more. That's crazy. A lot of people, we grew up and a lot of people told us that fast food is not a career. The only way that this is a career, if you're starting from a fry cook and you're trying to be like a manager and a franchisee, that's completely cool. If that's what you want to do, more power to you. Much love, respect, and appreciation. You want to sit up there and go through all those steps to get to that goal? That is cool. But for the average person, nobody is trying to sit up there and work from a fry cook to become a franchisee. People are just like, yo, I'm about to sit up there and get these fries real quick, and then I'm getting my check. That's it. And then people are like, yo, I'm about to sit up there and stay a fry cook at McDonald's for like the next 10 years. But they're going to have to give me my money because I'll be really cooking these fries. Bro, that's not a skill. That is not being a fry cook at McDonald's. That is not a career. That is not a trade. Realistically, nobody owes you an increase in pay because, as people stated before, working as fast food, that used to be a teenager's job. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Those were the jobs for them. But somehow, some way, because of society, because of the economy, now you got people that are like in their 60s, and like I said, much love to the older generation. But yo, we got people that are older, like flipping burgers and fixing fries. I'm like, yo, this is retirement. They shouldn't even be forced to do that. Like I said, everything is messed up. Everything is messed up. It's crazy. It is completely crazy out here. Let's continue.
The consumer.
Flippy can cook 250 pounds of French fries an hour. The burger bot 100 patties.
These restaurants are very, very busy at peak times, and every second that gets added to somebody waiting in the drive-thru is a lost revenue opportunity for that restaurant.
Is it costing people their jobs?
That's not what we've seen. It's really here to help people.
Humans at Cali Express will put the finishing touches on orders. For customers, the price of the meals are competitive. As for taste, is it going to affect the quality and the taste?
I would say yes, in a good way, because now each burger is being cooked precisely the same way every time.
Time will tell whether AI takes over kitchens everywhere. That will be up to the public to chew on.
Tibby said, so the lady in the video was right there and said your grown men shouldn't be working those teen jobs. This is what I'll sit up there and say. The one thing I've always stated is that guys should basically have a trade or a type of career or, basically, invent something, right? Entrepreneur, stuff like that. The woman in that video that had a body count of about 2,000 to 3,000, she was not all the way correct, because even when you mention a career, she's still like, well, your career better make like 200K. Like it has to make some astronomical amount of money that she has never made for herself. So she stated one thing, but she was still incorrect in how it is that she was stating and trying to, prop that specifically up just so that she can talk about normal guys. Because remember, the careers that she listed, she said that the guys who are firefighters, the guys who are working in waste management, the guys who are police officers, those are not real careers. Those are not real jobs. You don't make enough. Right? So no, she wasn't right. She was not. And she was, again, the wrong person. The wrong person. She was like, go out there and do something about yourself. Go out there and get a Lamborghini. How do you think that a dude is just going to rent? I cannot sit up there and go to a Lambo dealership and just walk out there with a car. First of all, that's a liability. Firstly, because as soon as I get that brand new car, it already depreciated. As soon as I turn on that car and start driving it a few feet off the lot, it's already depreciated. What I pay for it is not what it's worth now. So, like I said, her mentality on what value of certain things are is she don't know any of what it is that she's talking about at all. She's just the type that it's like, yo, I want a guy with money, rich, hand me all the money, that's it. Hand me a black card, that's it. Take me on trips, that's it. Like I said, it's crazy out here. But yeah, like I said, most said Sarah Connor would take these people. But let me go back to the one thing that this guy said here, right? Let me go back to this, not him. Him. He sat up there. She asked the question. She was like, so people, these robots are replacing people's jobs, right? He was like, not from what I've seen, because it's not all the way there yet. Because let me explain this to y'all. I saw this a while ago when I was working at Whole Foods. Our the woman over the store, she came to us. She had a whole meeting directly with the store and with the grocery section. I was a part of grocery. And she specifically told us, she was like, hey, for everybody, just to let y'all know, even if y'all work nights, that we're going to have self-checkouts. So, we're going to have, both self-checkout and we're going to have cashiers. And she was like, oh, no, you don't have to worry about, them, because I had brought that question. I was like, so what about people's jobs and yada, yada, yada. And she was like, oh, no, people don't have to worry about, their jobs being lost or all this other. No, whenever they tell you don't worry, you need to worry. That's what I've learned, because lies will be told. How many of us at this moment in time in 2024 have went into a market? Everybody is going to a Walmart or your local market, Kmart, whatever it is. We are used to seeing aisles check out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 on a busy day. All of them bad boys open, probably all the way to 10, depending on holidays, right? We're used to sitting up there seeing cashiers and whatnot, right? Now, when you go into a store, you'll see one cashier at a machine, maybe 2 at the most, pushing it. Maybe you might see 3, but that's it. All the rest of those 12 aisles, the rest of those aisles are closed. No cashiers. So you see the greater majority of people split. You see 50% as self, and then you see 50%, if not more, as self-checkout, and then everybody else is with a human cashier. So when they sit up there and tell you that there's no reason to worry that these jobs are not, taking human jobs, yes, they are. Yes, they are. I've seen it and I've witnessed it myself working in an industry. I've literally seen it firsthand. So again, if your job ever tells you about some AI or some robotics and you don't need to work, be very concerned that potentially that you could get replaced by that technology. Be very concerned. Be very, very concerned. So like I said, he may be right. He's like, hey, at this moment in time, you don't have to, in a sense, worry about it, but it's going to take place. It's going to happen. And I promise you it will. So you might not see it now, like I said, and this is why I keep reiterating. I've probably been going over the story for like the last 5 or whatever years that I've been on social media. Back in Detroit, I'm going to sound like a broken record. Hewlett Perkins, who was a part of Fox 2, told people that, hey, 5% of jobs are going overseas. That was back in the 2000s. We're in 2024. Look at where American jobs are at this moment in time, especially when it deals with the factory jobs. Look at everything is overseas. Even if you look at a cardboard box, that bad boy says made in China. How? So we don't got no cardboard here? We don't got recycling centers here? Everything has to be made in China? Like I said, people don't pay attention up until it's too late. And that's when people want to start crying. People want to sit up there, oh, something needs to be. It's too late. Nobody here right now can sit up there and tell the government, yeah, you need to pull those jobs back now. No, they ain't pulling those jobs back. They don't got to worry about your premiums. They don't got to worry about no insurance. They don't got to worry about your sick days. They can sit up there and overwork people. They can replace people just as easy. They don't got to worry about the overhead. They can do whatever it is that they want to and keep billions and make billions upon hundreds of billions, if not trillions of dollars. Why would you think that they want to bring those jobs back here and then they got to sit up there and pay more taxes? Nah, they good on that. We're going to keep them bad boys overseas. So then what does that then tell you what's going to happen here? If that was back in the 2000s, that 5% of jobs are overseas, and you see what happened now, where we're at in 2024. What do you think that now means for robotics? If it's now doing these simple jobs, janitors are about to be directly out of there, because I can go to the grocery store and they got a robotic janitor that goes around the store. It doesn't get tired. It only needs a little bit of recharging. It goes around the store and it cleans. You don't need a human to sit up there and do it. They even got street sweepers. If you live in certain areas, they got robotic street sweepers that are programmed to go around blocks and sit up there and clean the streets. Soon enough, it's going to be just like that when it deals with waste management, when it deals with garbage men. You're going to have robotic trucks going around the city, going around blocks, programmed, because you're going to have smart cities. So it's going to make it a whole lot easier, regardless of if you like it or not. You're going to be soon enough in a smart city. and they're going to program those things so that the vehicles, I'm not sure if people seen what was it called? I think it was like CES. This is what I'll tell people before I end anything on this live stream, right? Whenever you have the time, go look up the Las Vegas showcase when it deals with technology. This is why I tell people it is very important. Even if you are not interested or into this stuff, you need to be aware of a lot of the transitions, a lot of the movement that is happening in technology. They are heavily pushing electric cars. They're heavily pushing AI and robotics and self-driven. So a lot of the industries that you're used to, just like everybody's like, oh yeah, Uber this and Uber that, you're going to have robotics. You're going to have AI basically driving you. Yeah, it might start off bad at first, but they're going to get a lot of those kinks out, and it's going to be just as simple as normal people driving. And people are going to opt to just have a robot pick them up versus dealing with an ordinary person. So whether people like it or not, this is what is going to happen. The best thing that you can do as a grown adult is to make sure you stay ahead of the curve and you prepare for these changes so that you can make a pivot. Like I said, this is why I do and put out the content and the live streams that I just so happen to do, because everybody ain't talking about this. Everybody is not talking about this. And like I said, I'm not trying to, I wasn't, the internet really wasn't where it is right now in the 2000s. And nor did I have the mindset to sit up there and really start doing this. So because I wasn't there during that time, I'm here now. So I'm trying to make sure that even if the same thing does repeat itself, that at least I can help certain people be prepared and be made aware of a lot of these changes and these pivots that are happening in society as we speak. Like I said, there's a lot of distractions. There's a lot of things going on dealing with politics and all this other type of stuff. But the main things that everyday people need to be looking at is dealing with their living situations, their jobs, their cities, their towns, and how it is that these corporations and businesses are implementing robotics, AI, and everything else in order to replace you so that they can make more money, so that you'll have less. Just like my mom still states to this day that at some certain point in time, either within her lifetime or especially in my lifetime, they're going to get rid of the middle class, and it's going to be poor and it's going to be rich. You are starting to see the beginning of that right now. So you can skip over the whole thing of like jobs going overseas. Look at where it is right now, where they're telling you about robotics, how it's being implemented. Look at your neighborhood grocery store. Look at your banks. Look at the previous stories where they stated before that they're getting rid of branches, bank branches, right? Where human beings work. They're limiting and getting rid of those bank branches so that you just got the ATMs. Remember, the ATMs only have a certain amount of money, and then those had to be refilled. So if you need to actually go and do some banking business, you got to go far off in West Hell to find your branch. So good luck. And remember, in New York, they have a completely self-automated I was going to say Walgreens, Whole Foods in New York. You go directly in there with your phone or whatever tech that you got. You press a couple of buttons, you're let directly in, you get your basket, you go around the store, everything that you put directly in a basket, they keep a tally on and an account of, and it deducts it from your account instantly. Well, not instantly, it's up until you're about to reach the final, endpoint. The only people that work there are people that stock and people that check the receipt. That's it. That's all the human contact that you're going to have. So like I said, I tried to tell people years ago, I tried to tell y'all about hypermarkets, how they got markets that are self-automated, AI-driven, facial recognition. I tried to tell you about this like years ago. This is like during like the pandemic and probably a little bit before. And look at where we are right now. Like I said, that's just one Whole Foods that they have. And that's just a test run. They also have some Kroger's as well. If you're in the Midwest or whatnot, you know what Kroger's is, or possibly down south. Y'all got a Kroger's. They're doing the same thing with that too. They got baskets that can do the same thing that the baskets in Whole Food does. The only difference is they still actually got, workers in their markets for now. So, like I said, it is what it is. Gail said you can't even call customer service anymore and expect to speak to someone in which English was the first language. Yeah, that's true. Anytime I happen to make calls to customer service, it's somebody from a whole different country. It is what it is. Like I said, when you got people, when people start complaining to businesses and saying, we want more, we want more, we want this now, we want this now, the businesses, they'll listen to you and then they'll get rid of you. They'll make the change just to say that they made the change, and then they'll sit up there and fire you, and they can fire you for any reason. They'll be like, oh, you were tardy once or twice. You're out of here. Oh, you were late to work one time. You should have been awake. You should have been at work. You're fired. They can do whatever they want to sit up there and do, and there's nothing you can do. You can't sue them. You can't take them to court because it is their rules. Tippy said distractions are making people not care about it. You said no truckers are allowing robots to take over their jobs. Actually, Tippy, there was the live stream ain't up here anymore, but there was a live stream I did before where it showcased Tesla trucks. I think it's like Tesla, Honda, and maybe Mercedes. They do have self-driving 18-wheelers. In certain areas, they do have self-driving 18-wheelers. They got these vehicles directly out there. So yeah, truckers are fighting against it. They even got a documentary about this. Truckers are, in a sense, fighting against it, but they are highly fearful. At this moment in time, no, truckers are not really losing their jobs. But in the future, 10 to 15 years from now, it's going to be a drastic change. And there's nothing that they're going to be able to do about it. Because like I said, if businesses want to be cost effective, they're going to cut out whatever it is that's costing them the most money. So it's like people like, why am I going to sit up there and pay you to drive when I can just spend overhead instantly? Like, okay, I got to pay like 176 grand to, get this self-automated truck, but it can pretty much work nonstop. Versus a human having to sit up there and take rest or sleep or potential accidents. You know how many accidents we've seen on the road due to 18-wheelers? People with like lack of sleep. Again, the justification that people are going to use for AI or robotics is that human error. How many times do you hear people complain about, oh, I got to sit up there and take this. I got to do this because I'm working over. I'm doing a double. I'm doing a triple. I'm working a great knife. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm half asleep while I'm sitting up there working, while I'm sitting up there driving. That's a liability for anybody, not just the business, but also for the lives directly out here. So they have a lot of different statistics in order to justify them transitioning a lot of the humanity parts of jobs to robots. And people are going to sit up there and weigh the pros and the cons. They'll be like, well, human error can happen. People can be sleepy. If you're driving a car, if you blink, you could potentially just, a 50 car pileup, right? So instead of having that potential human error happen, why not just have AI or robotics driven vehicles that can do the job and that you don't have to worry about them getting tired or sleepy? People will be like, let the robotics in. So, like I said, hey, people going to find out. Tippy said AI is going to lock you in your car during traffic. I mean, well, humans can already do that. Tippy, how many times have we seen women in beauty supply stores and it was a claim that they stole something and the owner of the store just locked them in? That was a human, locked them in. We done seen that too many times. So I ain't even worried about robotics. Humans been sitting up there locking people in, holding them in places just because they feel or said something. Robotics is like the least of my concern. At least with a robot, you don't got to worry about them trying to beat you down. You don't got to worry about them leaving marks and bruises directly on you. With humans, you got to worry about that. You don't know what a human is going to do if they decide to lock you into a car or whatnot or whatever. You don't know what they're going to do. Tippy said, one word order. Hey. George Bush Sr. sat up there and told y'all it's not the rule of the jungle anymore. There's a new order, a new world order. He told people this back in like, what was it, like the early 90s or the late 80s? He literally said that on television. Anybody can look it up. Go look up George Bush Sr.'s speech about a new world order, a new law. He literally said this to people. And it's like people ain't paying attention. People did not pay attention. Like I said, they have to sit up there and tell you what it is that they're doing, what it is that they talk about. They have to sit up there and do it. They have to. Because people, like I said, people are going to willingly accept it anyway. People are going to willingly go along with it. Any way of life that is not hard, people are going to walk directly into it. People are going to do it. DC says, have you seen they filed patents for cars with no steering wheels, as well as ones for when a car that's being repoed can drive itself back to the dealership. Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. I've already seen repo robots. So you're used to sitting up there seeing people in repo trucks and they're just taking your car. They got robots. They got AI robots that can literally slide under your car and just drive off with the car. They got them bad boys in China. And they're using them right now to basically move people's cars into a parking structure. But if they can do that just to move the car into a parking structure, they can program it so that it can just come to your house at night, dead silent, and be like a thief in the night. You won't even know the difference. Because again, a truck, it makes a lot of noise. A small AI robotic driven frame, it don't make no noise. It can just slide up through there at 3 o'clock at night while your car is on the street and just leave off with that boy. You won't even know it. You'll just get a call or an email or a voicemail like, hey, sir, we picked up your car at 3 a.m. Because you were late on our $1,500 payment. So if you were like your car and the things that are probably within your car, you can call us back and, give us debit, or you can come into the dealership and we will happily handle that business with you. It is what it is. It is what it is. Like I said, I'm a futurist. I could already tell people where a lot of this technology is sitting up there. I'm looking like 20 to 30 to 40 years in the future. I could already sit up there and tell you a lot of stuff. Some of the stuff I already set up there and told people, where you're going to start seeing cryptocurrency for a lot of your kids in schools at the vending machines and whatnot. You're going to start seeing cryptocurrencies as a normal thing. It is going to happen. Just wait. Let it cook for a little bit longer. It's going to be there. Like I said, the moment in time they quote unquote get the bad actors out of crypto, which is basically the government saying, we're going to get all the originals out there and we're going to sit up there and be the ones mainly in there. You might still have some other stuff out there, but it's going to be few, far, and in between. But pretty much everything else is going to be secure because now we're in here. But like I said, people ain't pay attention to the signs and the symptoms back in 2017 when the government was like, yo, if you got any type of crypto, if we find out that you're holding it on a wallet, you could potentially be facing jail or prison time. You had Chase. You had Bank of America, you had Wells Fargo shutting down people's cards who decided to want to sit up there and buy crypto, literally shutting down their accounts, talking about, we can't allow you to have an account here. We had to shut it down because you're doing risky behavior with money. Bro, it's my money. What are you talking about? How are you going to sit up there and tell me what's risky and what's not? But yet you got people buying alcohol and cigarettes and fast food that causes all types of different illnesses. But that's not risky behavior. All of those things can potentially, be debilitating or take somebody's life. That's not risky behavior, but somebody buying crypto, spending money on something else that could potentially get them more money, that's risky behavior. That's where y'all draw the line. That's crazy to me. And for people not to call that out and see that as a problem, that's crazy to me. But like I said, a lot of people out here, whether they know it or not, they're trained. They're trained to react to certain things. So people were trained by the government to not look at or go into crypto because all the rich elites told them, oh no, crypto is a flash in the pan. It's this, it's that, yada, 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 all this other type of stuff, right? But if you start going through a lot of these stories from 2017 till now, you'll start to see that a lot of banks and businesses that were against crypto started buying up a field of crypto. Why is that? If crypto, as all these banks and everybody in the rich said, is like a risk, it's not real, is fake, then why would they sit up there and put their money directly into it? Why would they invest into it? Why would they be buying it up? But I'm talking about by the hundreds of millions. Like I said, look up BlackRock and Vanguard. If y'all don't know nothing about nothing, take your time and look up BlackRock and Vanguard and look at how much they own in between themselves. And look at how much they own in crypto. Like I said, people ain't even, it's not even registering for a lot of people out here. You got people investing into other stuff, making more money while everybody is still investing into the United States dollar, which ain't even worth nothing. So this is why you got other nations out there formulating BRIC, which I talked about before, and they're coming together with and formulate their own country, and they're doing trades in between one another to keep everything going. Like I said, people ain't even understanding. This is why I brought y'all the story talking about Costco, where Costco was selling out of like the little pieces of gold that they were selling. I didn't even know Costco's is even selling gold, but they are. Even during the pandemic, I was sitting up there telling people like, hey, instead of like when y'all get these stimuluses or whatever it is, put a little bit of that on silver, put a little bit of that on gold, on some palladium, on some copper or something like that. Put it on something that appreciates. Like I said, I do a variety of different content to try to inform people so that, people ain't left behind. But again, it's only so much that you can actually inform people about, because a lot of people don't want to listen. They want to listen when it's too late. And then they want to sit up there and tell you like, you don't talk about this. You don't say this. You don't bring this. Nah, I did. I bring up a lot of topics. People just specifically choose what it is that they want to listen to. And by all means, people are free to do that. No problem. You can pick and choose videos. I'm not even mad at you. Go do what it is that you do. But don't come back here to me and sit up there and tell me that I ain't trying to inform anybody. I ain't bring anybody any worthwhile information. It's just the fact that you ain't want to listen. Be an adult about it. Be reasonable about it. Be logical about it. And, see the same come down to the same conclusion I came down to. Like I said, it's hard. It's cool. Like I said, if people don't want to pay attention, people don't want to pay attention. But like I said, robotics, cryptocurrency, and investment, building up businesses, talking about LLCs, DBAs, formulating corporations directly with your families, informing people about their birth certificates and their social security. Like I said, I talked about a variety of stuff that you don't see a lot of people talking about. So if any moment of time I ain't doing this no more, like I said, I told people what it is. So try to tell people and give people like, information, drop some stuff directly down there. Like I said, it is what it is. Most said it's said by the end of 2024, automated trucks will be traveling. Excuse me. That automatic trucks will be traveling on I-45 between here and Houston. Oh yeah, they will. Oh yeah, believe that. Like I said before, I need people, again, go look up smart cities. I don't care what city that you live in. I don't care if you're even in like a rural part. I don't care if you're in a hood, whatever it is. Sooner or later, it's going to be a smart city. It's going to be a smart area. If you're in a hood, it ain't going to be the hood for longer, because all of those homes are owned by corporations. If you don't know what it is that I'm talking about, start looking up a lot of these corporations that are buying up a lot of these homes that all of us grew up in. They're buying it up by the block. So when people try to tell black people like, go up there and buy the block, go buy some houses and all this, and then have the family buy up houses. Yeah, ain't nobody want to listen. So pretty soon, in about 10, 15 years, you're going to hear black people complaining about, we don't own them. We don't have our homes, even our childhood homes, like they done took those. Yeah, because ain't nobody want to listen. Ain't nobody want to pay attention. Everybody wanted to run away from the hood. Ain't nobody wanted to invest. Ain't nobody want to try to save it. Everybody wanted to just move to the suburbs and whatnot or whatever. So like I said, all of this home ownership is going to be curtains on that too. It's going to be curtains on that. And then you got a lot of people that's not paying attention to land grabs and how a lot of this stuff is happening. People don't even want to work with other people in order to get land. So now you got these corporations and these businesses. They're like, oh, y'all can't work together. Y'all got the money, but y'all don't want to pull together. Oh, no problem. We got hedge funds in the back that's going to sit up. We got you. We're going to drop. Let's dial these people up. Let's drop a nice, smooth 500 to $1 million directly on this little acre real quick. So we got this. And now that's power. That's real estate. That's money that's going to keep growing while you're just going to continue to be broke, while your family is going to be poor, while there's not going to be anything getting passed down to your kids and all this other type of stuff. Like I said, a lot of people don't want to sit up there and listen, don't want to sit up there and pay attention. And then when they opt not to do something that they should be doing, they want to point and blame everybody else for the reason is that their lives are looking how it is. But at the end of the day, it's because of you, champ. It's because of you. Like I said, it's crazy. Tippy said, I think everything that they're doing is going to fall and backfire on them. No, before it even affects them, it'll probably affect them way, way later, but it's not going to affect them right now because they're going to be making a ridiculous amount of money. You know how many businesses are going to make when they get rid of the greater majority of their human workforce? They're going to make, you're going to hear so many businesses becoming billion-dollar businesses. Like so many fast food restaurants that it takes them a while to sit up there and like make their first million. They're going to get that real quick. Like, imagine if they had, first of all, let me let some people know, Chick-fil-A is very great. I don't care whatever disagreement people feel or have with Chick-fil-A or whatnot or whatever. Imagine if Chick-fil-A decided that they wanted to sit up there and put robotics in. You know how much money that they would make on top of what it is that they already make? It'll be ridiculous. It will be so ridiculous. The amount of money that they'll sit up there and pull in and be able to keep and be able to make, because they don't have to sit up there and pay human beings. They don't got to do none of that. Like, it's crazy. Who is that? Danny Lee is sentenced to 5 years of probation for her DUI hit and run. I don't even know who that is. Is that like a celebrity or something? If she did like a hit and run, let me look up who this is. My bad, I got sidetracked because I saw like the mugshot. I'm like, who is this? American singer, dancer, and choreographer. Oh, you just stupid. You're just straight stupid. You decide to drink and drive? Like what? Like I said, man, you got too many of these people that just got money for like no reason, and you just out here doing stupid stuff. Like, this is just, I'm happy nobody got hurt. That's all I got. I'm happy nobody got hurt. Just happy that nobody got hurt. It's just like, this is so stupid. Like I said, some people just don't need to have money. Like, it just don't make sense. So Wendy Williams is doing a Lifetime documentary called I Have No Money. Damn. That's crazy. But I just put it to y'all like this, even talking about Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams knows a lot of stuff about like the industry, and she said a lot of this stuff openly. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people out there have been waiting to get to Wendy Williams for a long time, and they more than likely have. It was stated a long time ago that they got to Muhammad Ali. That some people feel that Muhammad Ali was given something in order to start his the degradation when it dealt with his health and like his mental. Like I said, I don't got no proof. It's just a what if. It's just a far off, theory and whatnot. But like I said, I don't believe it's not too far fetched. If the CIA literally has a weapon called the heart attack gun, if people don't know what it is I'm talking about, go look up the heart attack gun. It shoots a small little crystal that will just pierce the skin, and it'll melt away. Won't even know that it's there. Probably just see like a little dot of blood. You won't even really notice it, and it can basically, it'll cause a heart attack. So if the CIA basically has that, and that was some time ago, what type of technology do you think that they got now to cause debilitating, diseases or ailments to happen to somebody, especially somebody that has a lot of information about the industry? Like I said, people got to start thinking about a lot of stuff. Let me see. Tippy said, I didn't say during traffic. Read it again. I don't believe that people can destroy robots. Seji, but me, a PS5, you rich, you smart. Tippy, I am not rich. I am nowhere close to rich. I wish. Ma'am, I wish. I am so wishing that I am rich. I wish. Gotta pull out that R. Kelly real quick. I wish. Like I said before, it is it's tough out here in these streets. To be said, black people with money don't want to work together. Some do, but not all of them. I'm sick of evil billionaires and trillionaires getting away with everything. Well, soon she'll be able to drink and drive since AI will control everything. No, it's like what people are going to do is like you're going to have a lot of people that are all for being AI driven, and then you're going to have people like, man, I miss driving and I miss the sense and being able to do this and all this other type of stuff and yada yada yada. And then, people are going to go out there, be like, yo, it's so, refreshing to just be able to go out there and because what's going to happen is inevitably once AI starts taking over normal everyday stuff that people are used to doing, like driving, you're not going to have driving schools no more. People are not going to actually have driver's license. People are not going to know how to drive realistically because those cars are not going to have steering wheels. Like the brother said above earlier, they got patents out there for cars that don't have steering wheels. Yeah, they're doing that on purpose. It's just like how they took cursive writing out of schools. It's like how a lot of kids can't even read an old style clock with Roman numerals. They can't even read them bad boys. I admit that it might be a little bit hard for me to technically read like some of the longer numbers, but I've looked at it long enough that like I'm used to at least reading like the 2000s, like the MXL, whatever, right? You can sit up there and like usually read those or get like a quick refresher. But a lot of these kids now, they're like, yo, I ain't about to sit up there and do that. Like, ain't that from like, like the Roman and Greek days? Like, why am I, learning and doing all that? Like I said, this is how they're going to start tripping people up. Like some of the old papers that they got, they were written in cursive, right? We used to have penmanship class. Now everything is in basic writing. How they're going to start tripping people up later on in the future, they're going to start writing stuff in cursive. A lot of kids right now can't even write. They can't even write or read cursive. Like I said, a lot of stuff that we used to know is going to be used against people in the future, and people don't even see it. That's how they're going to sit up there and lock people out of certain information and knowledge, because you're not going to know how to actually compute a lot of the stuff of old, because it's not being carried on into the future because it's being discontinued. Like I said, a lot of people think that it's a game out here. A lot of people think that it's sweet, but people are going to sit up there and find out. And that's why I told people, like, hey, whenever you got time, make sure to homeschool your kids. Make sure you teach them some of the stuff that we learned so that later on in the future, they won't get tripped up and set up by people writing contracts in cursive. I promise you, right now they got stuff in print. There's going to be a certain point in time, it's going to be looking like the Bill of Rights, and they're going to be writing all that in cursive. Kids ain't going to know what they signing. They're going to be signing their whole life away and their paychecks, not even knowing, and they think they only get paid by their job every 2 weeks. It was like, no, in this cursive writing here, in the small cursive print, lowercase, it said that, yo, you're going to work for us, but you are going to get paid, but you're also going to give that money right back to us. Like I said, they're going to be getting a lot of people. They're going to be getting a lot of people. Yo, Greg Bishop, what is up? Greg Bishop said most women aren't queens and most men aren't kings. Don't even know what you're even referring to there. That just came directly out of the blue. Take it you're just trolling, because nothing that anybody is talking about is talking about that. Troll alert! Troll alert! Ultra troll alert. You could have been just sitting directly in the background, but you wanted to let yourself be known as a troll. Good job there, guy. Good job. So people are now on the lookout, on the suspicions of somebody trying to start stuff that has nothing to do with the topic at hand. I mean, unless the person just came in late into the live stream and they're just like an hour back, which I highly doubt, which wouldn't even make any sense. But, it's a 50-50. 50-50. Tibby said, I want a golf cart. Yeah, golf carts are pretty dope. Pink said, I got my son learning how to write in cursive right now. Yo, cursive is like I said, cursive is pretty dope. Cursive is pretty dope. I like cursive better than just writing in print, realistically. Because anybody can copy your name in print, technically. Cursive, yeah, a lot of people out here can't write cursive. You got some people out here that's in their 30s and 40s that can't even write cursive. So, yeah, trying to forge. Yeah, forgery used to take a lot of skill. Right now, forgery is going to be used by robots. There was a robot that they showed that actually signs the president's name. So just think about that. They got a robot that can do the handwriting of the exact handwriting of the president. That's where forgery is basically going. Oh, and I forgot to sit up there and tell people again. Let me just reiterate to a lot of people, if you don't know anything about anything, make sure you also look up the Fed Now. That was something that I told y'all about last year or the year prior. And I told y'all that they were going to enact that during like the summer, which they did, and it's still there at this moment in time. They're probably still working out the kinks, and they're still trying to work on getting it implemented to a lot of other businesses. What the Fed now is basically is blockchain. So this is why they stated that you're going to be able to do transactions 365 days of the year with no downtime, because they're basically doing what cryptocurrency has been doing, which is using the blockchain for transactions. So irregardless on if people wanted to get in cryptocurrency or not, you're going to be in it. You're going to be a part of it. You're going to be using some facet of cryptocurrency. Right. And again, this is why I told people before, look up the blockchain, look up how it works. There's also a ton of businesses out here that are looking for people who are very knowledgeable and know how to use and build blockchain tech. So again, a lot of the stuff that people thought was like useless information that they didn't need, a lot of missed opportunities, because during the pandemic, people were learning a lot of different skills online, and they were excelling and they were creating businesses while a lot of other people were asleep. So again, let me see, what is it with cryptocurrency? We saw the first wave. This is like the second. It's about to be the second wave, because we're about to have the halving of Bitcoin right now. So yeah, this is about to be the second wave of cryptocurrency. The second wave is going to sit up and happen. If you don't believe me, you might want to look at some financial analysts. Go research and read up on some people that handle more money than I've ever seen ever in my life, that deal with hedge funds, and look at what they got to say about cryptocurrency and how it's going to move and how the halving is going to affect money. Go read. Like I said, because I don't need nobody telling me nothing about cryptocurrency and it being fake and all this. Go look at the financial analysts. Go look at the people that be working on Wall Street and all these other industries. Go trust them. Go see what it is that they got to say. Those are the experts. All I'm saying is people just need to be prepared and be very wary. Because the moment in time that the halving happens and you start seeing a lot of talk online, pay very close attention to what it is I'm about to tell you. The moment in time you start seeing an abundance of people, an overwhelming amount of people, just like before, talking about cryptocurrency, they're becoming crypto gurus, motherfucking out of thin air and all this other type of stuff. Be very, very wary. Do your information, do your due diligence. Do not get caught up in FOMO, which is fear of missing out. Do not do that to yourself, because trust me, I've done it myself and I know exactly how it feels. Do not sit up there in fear on missing out. Be as educated as possible when it deals with anything new that you know nothing about. Even if you do know about cryptocurrency, treat yourself like you are a 3-year-old child and go back through there and reread and go research. Go learn some new information. Don't ever go into something thinking that you know everything that there needs to be known and that you can't learn anything else. The moment in time that you do that, as a grown adult, you set yourself up for failure, and you will fail. I promise you that. You will fail. So again, the moment in time that the Bitcoin halving happens and crypto starts moving and all this other type of stuff, be very wary of a lot of people that's going to come up talking about being a crypto guru and telling you this and telling you that and all this other type of stuff. Be very cautious. Be very cautious, because trust me, I've been there. I told people a variety of things. I've seen gains and I've seen losses. I've seen losses and I've seen gains. So trust me when I sit up there and tell you, make sure to do your research. And also, the same thing that they tell you with gambling, do not bet or gamble money. Don't do that with money that you are not willing to part ways with. So let me repeat myself again. Do not invest and put money into something that you're not willing to lose. I guess that's a better way to sit up there and say it. Like I said before, the FOMO, the fear of missing out, don't let that take hold. Don't let the media sit up there and make you feel like you're missing out on something, because you had a lot of people when Bitcoin was back up at like 60 or 70. You had a lot of people like, oh man, I'm missing out on Bitcoin. Let me sell half of my house. Let me remortgage real quick so I can put 30 to 50K directly on there. Like I see it's going to go higher. It's going to go higher. Oh my God, it's going to be. And then it sat up there and crashed and went down and recorrected. The lowest that it went down to, if I remember correctly, I think it was about like 5 about like 5, 6, 7, anywhere from like 5 to like 9 grand. So it rose all the way up to a high, and then it came right back down to recorrect it. And now you got Bitcoin. Let me go to this real quick. Like I said, I'm not sitting up there doing this to try to have people invest in the cryptocurrency. I'm not trying to do that at all. I'm just trying to tell you to be as informed as possible. Like I told y'all before, you can critique and question anything. I have no problem with that. I want you to be as educated as possible. There's been times that I might have been wrong about something in a story, and I've had to come out and give a correction because I was wrong, and I didn't want y'all to sit up there and be wrong where I was previously. So as I updated myself and corrected myself, I made sure that y'all are updated and corrected as well. So this is all I'm doing right now. Right? I'm just letting y'all know. So again, when Bitcoin was at like 9 or something, I think it wasn't too far ago that Bitcoin was at like 18K or something like that. Right? And a lot of people were like, oh, we're about to sell off. We're about to do this. We're about to do that. You had all of these big wigs and these elites and these billionaires pouring money and buying up. Whatever you were selling, they were buying it up quietly. They were building it up, building up a whole portfolio of that cryptocurrency. So the moment in time that crypto decides that it wants to jump up past 60K, they're going to be the first ones sitting up there making money and then selling off. So like I said, be very, very cautious. Because remember, a lot of people that were naysayers were also secretly believers at the same time. A lot of the people that told you not to invest were the same people that were investing secretly and still holding at this moment in time. Trust me. I've been looking at the stories. I've been watching a lot of these companies. I've been looking at a lot of these articles, and I've seen company after company, bank after bank, who told people that we will not accept you or allow you to, use your money with us to buy cryptocurrency, invest directly in that same cryptocurrency. So they're investing in something while they're leaving everybody else behind and they're preparing. And then the same thing they're investing in, they're going to sit up there and try to leave off before it reaches that high so they can just cash out there. So then when people decide that they want to start investing at that high, that's when things, may crash again. So like I said, people just need to be very much aware of a lot of the things that are transpiring and specifically, go on. Tippy said, well, I don't have kids. I need a man to do that. DC said, this is the time, quiet before the storm. We have the next few months before the bull run really kicks off. Yeah. But like I said before, people were sitting up here doing crypto mining. That's pretty much safe to do. It's not really any investment that you're doing in the cryptocurrency. You're just using hardware to sit up there and mine that stuff. Like I said, the only investment that you're doing is in graphics cards and building a rig. I literally sat up there and did live streams showing off some of those videos because I told people I would rather you build a crypto miner, which is basically a computer rig, versus you just sitting up there dumping like 60K into a cryptocurrency that you don't know nothing about, don't got no backstory. It's a lot safer to build a rig because you can break apart that rig and you can sell those parts. You can sell those graphics cards and make some money back. You can't sit up there and do that with that cryptocurrency if you end up losing everything on some brand new cryptocurrency that just came out. You didn't know anything about it, but you saw that, oh, it shot up to like 1 cent. Let me throw some up here just in case it shoots up to 10. And then you just lose everything. Like I said, I would rather you just sit up there and mine using a graphics card that you can cash out on versus the the other side. Just saying, Purple Tomato said a lot of YouTubers lost millions because of poor investments. Yeah, because a lot of people were misinformed, they were misled, and they didn't do their necessary due diligence or their research. And this is what happens. But as stated before, you don't sit up here and decide to invest money that you can't afford to lose. Those YouTubers invested money that they could actually afford to lose. So, that's in a sense, what that was. And I'm pretty sure they learned a lesson and they actually did their research and all this other type of stuff. But the thing that's crazy is to have a lot of those YouTubers decide to get their followers directly into the exact same thing that they don't know anything about. And I've seen that before. I've seen these crypto coin scams that were directly up there that were started by some YouTubers or YouTubers invested into it. And then the fallout happened. And then the people, the higher ups that invested, the YouTubers, the millionaires, they're like, yo, we don't know what happened. This don't got nothing to do with me. I was tricked just like y'all were. Like I said, it's a whole big thing. But the main people that lose big in the end are the followers of those said YouTubers. Like that's the jacked up part. That is the jacked up part. Like I said, I told y'all about the instance that I set up the head. I was like, man, that was a hard learning lesson there. That was a hard lesson. I'm like, damn. But like I said, it is what it is. Tippy said, be aware. And what else? Every time I hear about crypto, somebody passed. Oh, no. The times that you hear about crypto and somebody passing, that has to deal with the people that originally created the crypto. It's usually dealing with that, or you're dealing with the guys who originally, because I want people to remember this. When Bitcoin was first out here, you had a lot of ordinary dudes, the geeks, the nerds. They were like, yo, this is pretty fun. Let me just put like a few dollars. Like at one point in time, Bitcoin was like 25 cents. It was $1. Think about that for a minute. Just think about that. At one point in time, Bitcoin that's 40 grand right now was $1. So just think if you took $200 and invested in that. Think of how much Bitcoin that you would actually have right now, how much that would actually be worth. But those dudes just like looking at it, just was like viewing it as some type of like fun type of thing. But then later on, it started getting serious when they noticed that it went from $1 to $1.25, $1.50, $2, $3, $6, $9, $15, $20, and it just kept going. And then you have some people, if you look back far enough in the earlier years when Bitcoin was moving, you had a lot of dudes out of nowhere, basic average dudes that were just millionaires overnight because they just decided to take a risk and invest, and it paid off. So, like I said before, those are the people that they, in a sense, go after. Those are the people that tend to, quote unquote, disappear and all this other type of stuff, which is crazy to me. But, Purple said, I need to read about the latest crypto and which ones is the best to invest in. Like I said, I just tell people to just do research on know the white paper or the light paper like the back of your hand. And even when you know it like the back of your hand, still do some more research. Like that, whenever it comes to any type of investing, again, I am not a financial advisor. When it comes to any type of investing at all, do your research on research on research on research on research. Like I said, nobody out here buys a cell phone and reads the manual. Nobody buys a vacuum cleaner and reads the manual. Nobody buys a microwave and reads the manual. Nobody buys a fully built PC and reads the manual. So that's the type of world that we're living in. We just invest into something and just believe that it'll work. You can't do that with your money when it deals with like cryptocurrency. You can't do that. You can't afford to do that. If you can, maybe you're rich and you can sit up there and afford to do it. But for everybody else, you can't afford to do that because you will lose. Undoubtedly, you will lose. And it's going to happen. I can promise you that. I've seen it on the landscape. I've watched it in 4K in real time, days on days on days, hundreds of thousands of people sitting up there crying, losing their minds because they sat up there and invested a college fund, kids' college fund. They invested whatever they were supposed to do with their house or their rent or whatever it was, and they ended up losing because people rug pulled or some other type of stuff basically took place. I done seen it. I done seen cryptos be made on a Sunday, die on a Saturday. Like I said, unlike I can't speak for anybody else that's a YouTuber out here, but I was literally keeping track. I've watched hundreds of these things happen. That's the crazy part. I've watched this and I've watched people in some instances. I've seen people lose 60 grand, 100 grand, 200 on up. All because they just put their money in this type of faith because they have a FOMO type of attitude. They were all high and mighty when they first had the money. They saw it go up a couple of dollars, and then they were sitting up there crying like babies when it was like, oh man, that was my whole retirement. I can't tell you how many dudes I've seen on Discourse talk about like, yo, I just lost my whole retirement. Oh. I can't even make you understand how many times I've seen that when people are literally crying in the chat because they've lost so much money because they really thought that this was going to pan out and it was going to work and they were just going to be rich beyond their wildest dreams. So this is why I'm telling y'all right now, as a person who can say that he was there, who watched this in a multitude of different discords. I've literally seen people that were a part of cryptocurrencies. They were advertising these cryptocurrencies, and then they disappeared when everything started crashing. They set up there and like disappeared off of YouTube. Like, it was a kid called Nick that I used to watch way back from, if anybody, you can look it up on YouTube. It was called BitConnect. I think it was BitConnect. It was like BitConnect. If you go look it up, it's a meme. It was a meme for a very long time. BitConnect was a very huge thing. People were sitting up there, quote unquote, making money, but that was a pyramid scheme. And people still invested in it, still took part in it, and just had like blind faith and all this other type of stuff. And then it fell apart. And then a lot of those people, some of those, again, like I told y'all before, there's going to be these cryptocurrency gurus that are going to pop up like they did before. It always happens. There's one cryptocurrency guru. He hurried up and swapped all of his stuff. The kid, Nick, he just disappeared. He was like showing off the money that he was making, all of this other type of stuff. He was looking real nice, real good, right? He was a teenager. This other dude, who I set up to, I think it was like Justin or whatever it was, he hurried up. He got rid of his channel. He went dark for a little bit, and then he came right back out, and he magically became a financial advisor. I'm like, bro, you literally sat up there and told people to invest in this, and then you went dark when everything crashed, and then you want to act like nothing ever happened. Nah, son. Like I said, I remember faces. I see a lot of these dudes online right now. They done set up there and swap their whole persona. Because I know, because I used to sit up there and follow and listen to a lot of these dudes. Like I said, that's why I tell people from personal experience of actually being there. I can't speak for nobody else out here on YouTube. I can only speak for myself. Yo, you have to do your research. Do your research. I cannot stress that enough. Do your research. Don't be like some of the other grown men that I've seen that have sat up there and lost money that they saved up. They done lost their savings or their pension or whatever it is because they sat up there and took a bet, because they sat up there and listened to some random or whatever it is. Like I said, a lot of people are not going to tell you to do your research because they want you to have blind faith in whatever it is that they sitting up there telling you. I'm telling you here that regardless of whatever I'm saying, I could be very much be wrong about a lot of stuff. But within that, I still want you to sit up there and do your research. I want you to sit up there and know more about it than I do. And like I said, I sit up there, I read some stuff here and there. I'm still keeping track of some stuff and whatnot, whatever. But like I said, I want you to be knowledgeable. Just like how everybody out here be talking about, oh, I know God. I know the scriptures. I know, yeah. Know about this cryptocurrency. Know about these investments. Know about all of that. The same way you know about the Bible, you need to start knowing about finances. Like, that don't make no sense. The same energy you put in knowing those scriptures, Isaiah 13:4, whatever it is, no investments like that too. Know about like the back of your hand. Be able to have a full-fledged, knowledgeable conversation. Be like a teacher when it deals with those things, because it makes no sense to go into something and you're not knowledgeable about a damn thing. You are literally running a fool's errand at that moment in time. Like I said, I ain't trying to have people out here losing. We already losing as normal people, as the poor and the middle class, already sitting up there losing. It don't make sense to sit up there and lose more, and especially more that you don't need or can't afford to lose. Like the dude in division, the first division used to always sit up there and say, don't go out there taking unnecessary risks. He would always sit up there and say that. And then there was a goblin on a game that I used to play on PC. He used to like ring his bell at like 7 o'clock, 12, and 3 o'clock. He would always say it takes money to make money, which basically means in order for you to get more money, you have to invest in something. Money is not just going to fall into your lap. Sometimes you do got to take risk. The stock market, that is a risk. Gambling, going to the casino, that is a risk. Cryptocurrency, that is a risk. The housing market, that is a risk. You put money in jewelry or diamond rings, that's a risk, because you don't know if you're going to have that or not, because somebody can rob you of $50K that you got on your finger. That was an investment. Now it's gone. Like I said, everything in life is a risk, but the main part is you need to educate yourself on if you want to take a random risk or an educated risk. Always take an educated risk. Always be informed. Always be knowledgeable. So again, like I said before, a lot of people will sit up there and tell you to invest in cryptocurrency blindly. I'm telling you to educate yourself before you decide to sit up there and dip your toe directly in there. And if you do decide to dip your toe directly in there, build a rig. Build a computing rig. There's hundreds of thousands of videos on YouTube on how to build a crypto rig. Go do that. If you really want to get your foot directly in there, spend about a couple $100 building you a crypto rig. That's completely fine. Do that. I'd rather you sit up there, again, I'm like a broken record. I would rather you spend money on that versus putting $20K on some random cryptocurrency you don't know nothing about. Tippy said, why people stop talking about NFTs? The main popular NFT at a moment in time was Ape. And you had a lot of celebrities and all this other type of stuff directly in there. You still got NFTs directly out there that, trust me, this is the one thing I want people to understand. People might not be talking about it right now, but the money is still moving. People are still buying. People are still investing. So yeah, it might not be popular. People might not be talking about it, but I promise you, people are out here still investing and buying because they know it's like, hey, at a point in time, it might not be hot now. It's going to be hot later. It happens. History repeats itself. History repeats itself. That is the main common thing. So just like in the universe, how solar systems or whatnot are created when a star explodes, you got those clouds, those gases that basically foster a nice little womb for everything to collect and start building, and then you have a solar system that rebuilds itself again or whatnot or whatever. It's the same thing here. History is going to repeat itself here. It is going to happen. Like I said, go listen to the financial analysts. You don't got to listen to me. I am not a financial advisor or analyst, but go listen to the educated people that sit up there and handle money, deal with hedge funds and whatnot. Tippy said, people talk about crypto and getting money is so easy. Then why everybody isn't doing it? If it's that easy, why people not doing it? People say you can make money from your phone. People not doing it because they were. Let me tell you like this. I knew about Bitcoin back in 2010. So in between, I want to say like maybe like 2010 to 2012. Because I used to read manga. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, if we got any manga heads directly, anime heads or whatnot directly in here, you remember some of the manga websites where they would have some advertisements. And one of the websites that I went to, they were talking about Bitcoin. And I was like, yo, this is interesting. Like they said, like this currency is like a couple, a cents or whatever it was. Like it was early when I first sat up there and saw it. Like I'm talking about it was cents on the dollar. And then as I kept going through like throughout the weeks and the months, it kept raising up. It went from like 15 to like 25 and all this. I'm like, yo, this is really going on. I'm like, yo, I should really sit up there and try to invest. But because in the Black community, you're basically raised to be afraid of everything and look at it as a scam, I didn't invest in it. I knew about Bitcoin. I did a little bit of research. I went to like Wikipedia and all this other type of stuff, try to read up on it. I'm like, yo, this is probably fake, all this other. And I'm like, oh, this is actually a real thing. And da-da-da-da. And inevitably, I'm here because of fear, because of lack of education, because I was told like be afraid of everything because everything is a scam. And like I said, I didn't invest in it. I could have took a few dollars. I could have asked for, my parents for like, yo, let me get like hold $100 real quick so I can like throw it in here and see what happens. If not, I can pay y'all back. And $100 ain't nothing. But I didn't do it. I didn't go with my first mind. I didn't attempt it. I didn't try. And, I missed out on that. It is what it is. Like I said, you got to take losses directly on the chin and you just got to prepare and educate yourself and come back better. It is what it is. But yeah, it is technically easy to make money. Just as quick as you can make money, you can also lose it. But it depends on how you went into your investment. So this is why I said that if you decide to go into cryptocurrency, you can have a computing rig that mines crypto specifically for you. So the only initial cost is you paying for the rig. You didn't drop 10 to 20 to 15 to 50K, directly in there. Right. And yeah, you do got some people doing it from their phone as well, too. DC said NFTs of picture art was just a demo of the tech. Everything tokenized on the blockchain will be an NFT, driver's license, titles, property, insurance, commodities. Yep. And they said that as well, too. That's why I told people, it's like, yo, pay attention to this FedNow. Pay attention to the blockchain. Educate yourself on the blockchain. Read up on it. All of this other type of stuff. Again, like I said, I did my job. I told people like a broken record, but I'll wait until mainstream media starts talking about it, so then people will actually gain an interest. Like I said, people understand and learn in different ways. You know, it is what it is. You know, at one point I used to be mad, but that was due to lack of understanding of how humans basically work. But now I have that knowledge and that understanding. I'm like, all right, that's cool. People will come around and they'll start having conversations and you know, talking about it, whatnot, whatever. You know, people learn at their own speed. They accept information at their own speed. It's cool. DC said Sedge is correct about researching. A lot of those folks were day trading and only show their wins, not any of their losses. Day trading is an animal of its own. It takes a lot of study. Yeah, you got to know the charts. You got to be able to read candles. Like I literally, like in order for me to start even getting into, shout out to Officer Haku, because I wasn't really into like stocks or anything like that. The thing that really got me into like stocks was crypto, and you know, and like trying to read and understand charts. But then to take it a step further, you know, Officer Haku sat up there with like, you know, telling me, hey, watch these videos and yada yada yada. And you know, I started educating myself on a lot of stuff. Like I said, it's funny how some things will lead you to get interested into other things. I thought stocks and stuff were boring, but then when I found something that I liked that was roughly in the same field, now I'm interested in that. Right. So, you know, like I said, it's funny how a lot of things tend to work, and being in the stock market is a beast. Like if you are able to day trade, you are a beast. Like I've watched videos of dude live day trading. Like they got videos of live streams for like 3 to 4 hours of them sitting up there trading. And some of these dudes end up pulling, you know, about a good $5,000. Sometimes people might pull like 15, if not more, like some crazy type of motherfucking trades. I'm like, damn, I'm like, yo, how did you do that? I'm like, yo, I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, I don't even understand. I'm like, how did you just do that? And they're showing you in real time. So, you know, like I said, the internet is a blessing and a curse. If people really want to learn about some stuff and educate themselves so that they can uplift themselves and propel themselves into a whole nother playing field, they can do it. If not, then people don't have to sit up there and do it. But, you know, the information is there, you know. DC said, the little bit that I know says make separate bags if you want to speculate, an investment bag with a long-term outlook and trading bag for sure. Yeah, bet. Yep, that's 100%. The other thing that I told people before is that if you happen to go directly into cryptocurrency, make sure you get you a ledger. Make sure to go to a reputable company and get you a ledger. A ledger is basically a wallet. It's a wallet that holds all of your digital currency. So it doesn't matter what cryptocurrency it is, or if it's on the Ethereum blockchain, if it's on the Avalanche blockchain, if it's like Litecoin or Bitcoin or Kronos, whatever it is, whatever chain that it might be on, it'll hold that currency directly for you, right? You can put a password and everything for it and hook it directly up to MetaMask. Again, when I talked about cryptocurrency before, I also talked to people about safety. MetaMask is not a 100% safe-proof thing. People have had their web browsers basically hacked or their computers hacked, and all of that information dealing with their crypto wallets that was drained on that browser, it was drained. It was taken. It was gone. So some people, again, I was during the whole process of people literally getting robbed in real time, having their wallets that they had hooked up to their browsers drained. If you have a physical wallet, like a ledger, you can prevent somebody from being able to drain your wallet or whatever your investments are. And even with a ledger, you can have a multitude of wallets, each one for separate investments, transactions, or whatever it is. You can easily sit up there and do that. You can easily do that. So again, research and safety. So it's not just enough that you know the information about the cryptocurrency. You also got to know the safety and precautionary measures when it deals with scams, because they got pushing scams. They got other people that'll send you emails talking about, oh, we got this airdrop for this cryptocurrency and you can click here to claim. You click that, your wallet is gone. Your computer is compromised. Trust me, I like everything that I'm mentioning to you. I done seen this happen to people. I got people that have experienced these things. Like I said, it is not a game. Tippy said, I'm sorry, but everything on earth is mind-boggling. The United States dollar don't mean shit. Research on crypto. Watch what you eat. Find herbs and exotic fruits and replace pills for medicine. High gas prices. I want to live on a beach with everything. No, trust me, I understand. I 100% understand what it is that you're saying. But again, you got to understand a lot of things are, I'm not saying a lot of stuff ain't real, but a lot of stuff is meant for a distraction, and it's meant to be overwhelming so that you don't focus on certain things, right? So let's say that you got dreams and aspirations. The powers or whatever that be will sit up there and inundate you with things to give you great hardships, or to make you seem like things are just like hopeless, like you just have to keep running this rat race or this hamster wheel over and over and over again. Like I said, it's built in order to keep you in a certain type of mindset, right? So the moment in time that you can see past that, you can see over that, you start to see a whole brand new world. So that's just a place that people got to get to, on their own time. Like I can't, help people get there. I can't tell people to get there. I can't direct them there. People have to, in a sense, get there at their own time. Just like people will decide to take in information, or learn, directly at their own time. I can't force people to sit up there and accept or take in what it is that I'm saying. People got to come to that realization by themselves from their own research and everything like that. Like I said, I'm completely cool and fine with that. Because I can be honest, I used to be mad when I used to tell people information and people wasn't listening. Used to be mad. Y'all saw some of the live streams, used to rage out. But then I had to do some self-reflection, and I had to realize that was a me issue. And you can't force anybody to believe or to take on the information that you are giving them. You can't sit up there and do that. So again, that's why I backed off from that. And I was like, you know what? That was my bad. I messed up on that. I'm not going to do that again. Like I said, learn my lesson there. Learn my lesson. Like I said, everything is a learning lesson. Like I told y'all before, on top of me, doing videos and trying to inform, I also, tell stories and whatnot about me, making mistakes so that other people don't make mistakes, so that people can learn from the things that I have done and or gone through, so that, the stuff is just out there trying to be, as transparent, as possible, so, that's the most that I got to offer to people, so people can take it or leave it. As we can see in certain videos, people decide to unsubscribe from the channel. So, all information ain't for everybody, But anyways, love you guys a lot. Love this conversation that we were having here and whatnot. I'm pretty sure I was rambling away from the main conversation for about probably 50 minutes. Because we were talking about robotics, but it led into, AI and all this other type of stuff, right? I feel like it was a pretty good note to, in a sense, leave off on and whatnot. Nothing negative, in a sense, nothing horribly negative to mess up the energy if somebody's there, whatnot. And again, it's a Friday. It's a great weekend. It's a great start. So, hopefully, people will. What you say? You said Game Friday stream. It ain't nothing to really game at this moment of time that I want to game on. I mean, I think about it. I think about it if I want to, stream a game and whatnot. I'll figure out something if I feel like it. We'll figure it out. But again, it's a Friday. Go out there and get y'all some good eats. Normally around this time, I would sit up there and be eating like a Dunkin' Donuts, turkey, cheese, and egg croissant, and having some apple juice like I used to do some years back and whatnot, ordering through Uber Eats and stuff. But go out there and order y'all some food. Go out there, have a great day. Hopefully anybody that's on an overnight shift, you make it home the same way that you left, safe and sound and healthy. Relax, spend time with your family, get your feng shui directly in order. Go out there and to a good restaurant. Go venture around, walk, get some fresh air and whatnot. And yeah, just enjoy yourselves and whatnot. Enjoy yourself. DC Precise said another great stream, bro. Have a good weekend. The same to you too. And the same to everybody else. Even the people in the background that don't like talking in the stream. Shout out to y'all and have a good weekend. I'll probably see y'all both on Saturday and Sunday, because again, I'm working on doing more consistent streams along with putting out videos as well. You know, like I said, just trying to get back into the mode of doing things how I used to sit up there and do it, because I enjoy it. But again, love you guys a lot. Stay focused. Have fun. Always stay respected and valued. And I forgot my main intro and my exiting intro, but we're just gonna leave it off on that. So I see you guys on live stream number 61. We are on our way to 100. I don't know what the 100th live stream is going to be. It's going to be very interesting. Very, very interesting. We're not that far off from actually reaching that. If I actually do a live stream every day for 30 days, we're about to be there pretty soon. About what? Close to the summer, I think. I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, love you guys a lot. See you guys on the next live stream. And we out. Peace. Oh yeah, also shout out to anybody who donated to the live stream by way of Cash App, Patreon, and and all the other places. Shout out to y'all. Much love. Thank y'all for being here, staying here, and investing into the platform. Wouldn't be able to do the things that I'm able to do without people like you. But yeah, we out. Peace out.